Ladies and gentlemen,
Hello, lady.
So Stu.
I'm here.
Uh-oh. What happened to Joe? Joe flew off the thing.
Yeah, it's just the two of us then.
I'm gonna probably cut this part out, but
Because we can't talk about illegal shit
no. So
too much.
how you guys doing, man? How's everybody doing?
I'm so excited
Yes.
for you guys. Seriously, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know how to express my feelings, but seriously, I'm really excited for all of you.
You gotta
Especially
live
Joe, Bailey,
vicariously
all of them.
because you're not competing this year.
Yeah, yeah. It's more
Wait,
like the focus on you guys. I want to help you do the damn thing. If you need help,
Yeah.
especially you,
Yeah.
Bailey. If you need help with the podcast you were saying you were gonna get a host, I'm more than
Yeah.
happy to help you out, brother. If you need like work, what do they call it? Workforce.
Oh, thank you, man. Well,
Hey, is
no.
this the podcast Zayd's gonna host or what?
Oh yeah, Zay got to host one of these. Cause...
Yeah, that's right.
Yo, Ken, we can't hear Ken, can we? Say something.
No,
Oh no, we can't hear him. I'm like, Ken is talking.
You're not
I don't hear
muted,
Ken.
but I
it's
can't hear him.
oh, it's not. Yes, I'm muted.
Probably his mic. Okay, he's gonna hop back in. All right, bet. Yeah, but
I had an issue too when I first got on. I don't know what the hell happened. I had to resign in.
yeah, it kind of cut you off. But
Mhm.
yes, Zayd, I do need help. Can you send me $5,000? I'm gonna pay you back though. I'm gonna
I
pay you
will.
back. Just
Fuck
take
it. You're a man of character. I know you will.
Might take a few years, but
Thank you, Zayd. I appreciate that.
$1 a day.
Yeah.
Zayd, you want to
It's
host?
so funny you mentioned that, bro. Seriously, because I have a best friend of 15 years, bro. Like our friendship just had a falling out because he fucking stole $6,000 from me.
damn.
Yes.
Fuck that
Yeah. 15 years, bro, worth of friendship. Yeah, it's
How
crazy.
many
And he's
years-
Syrian, so we both moved to the US, you know? So I've known him since the homeland, bro.
Bro,
Shit.
just talk to me. Just be like, yo, bro, I'm really struggling, bro. I know it's not. I know this is not. It's not your fault. I'm really struggling. Just give me a little bit more time. Say something. You can't just do that, bro. You can't. I don't get how
Alternatively,
people can
don't lend people money.
Yeah, but you gotta understand. Sometimes like you don't go into it trying to do it. You have a friend that you really like you said, 15 years. And I mean, you have enough, we all know what we're comfortable lending. You don't plan on losing it, but we know what you're comfortable lending, and you don't expect somebody to have good character. Like, I think all you guys have great character. I would lend you, I don't know if I would lend you guys $5,000, but I would lend you guys something, and if you guys don't pay me back, it's gonna like, damn, just talk to me. All you have to do is just say something. So I don't know. That's happened to me a few times. It wasn't that much money, but it was quite a bit. And then you have to fall out because they can't really look you in the eye again because they feel embarrassed. But it's like all you have to do is talk, But that's unfortunate.
Communication is key. Work something out with your friends. Like,
Oh, that's it. Literally work something out. But one of my boys, I guess you could say one of his friends / clients or business partners, he needed to owed him a lot of money, and he ended up giving him his car. But I'm like, fuck it, that's something, that's character, bro.
Yeah.
Take that car, bro. Yeah, what's good, Kenny?
Yeah.
Big Fenty, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you now.
Yeah.
So, you want to host this episode, Ken? I mean, not Ken, Zayd.
I don't know if I can do that. I might leave. Yeah, I don't know about today. I don't know if today's the day.
Give him
You
time.
know
to
what?
share.
We'll go
Give him
with
time.
Stu's recommendation today. I don't want to bother him. It's his show day,
Yeah,
It's
that's
show
true.
time. Sometimes. Yeah.
How
You
they
can
going?
bully
Still
me
friends?
as much as you want, bro. No feelings will be hurt.
I
You
was
go
saying,
for it.
for
Accommodate
everybody,
yourself.
for everybody
Bro,
watching, I was not gonna come on. Then I was like, "Fuck it, I'm doing it," and I'm gonna piss at Zayd the whole time. I'm not
But listen,
gonna
hey
lie.
man, in a couple of years when my turn is here, you gotta be okay with me doing the same shit to you.
Yeah, but
You
I
gotta be.
am. It's just you're too nice. Like you won't do that. So.
Yeah, no,
Yeah. Look, I'm nice unless you fuck with my cat. If you fuck with my cat, you'll see with a different
Or
side of me.
steal your money. I won't
Oh
take any
yeah.
loans from Zayd. Probably send some Syrian warlord after me or some shit.
Yeah. Last year I lost a lot of fucking money like that, bro. Whether it's Sarostin or this dude taking that money, I lost a lot last year. That's why this year I'm saving money. That's my goal.
Man, I'm
Bro,
cagey
know?
with that, man. Like even my really good friends, I wouldn't lend them money because like if it goes sideways, it's like great. Now you've lost a good friend. I don't think it's worth it. Like, why don't you have your shit together enough to like pay your bills? Like, how desperate
bro,
are you?
that some shit is still bothering me. Yo, we gotta find that guy. He's not that hard to find. What's his name again? Say his name one more time for the audience.
For the GH, Sean Leslie.
Bro, is that short guy that worked out that was in that J Color video? You know what I'm talking about?
Which one?
No, that's Derek.
He
Parker.
was in an AJ Cutler video. Yeah.
J to Z, the one that was doing chest with Jay. That's who we talking about. The
This guy's
short
famous.
white guy. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? That he
Yeah,
was going to
that's him.
Coast. He was going to Coast Fitness.
Yeah, that's
Oh, I'm about to play that segment in that J video so I could screenshot it.
yeah.
On the
Shit, I'm looking for him. He had a limo
Listen, bro.
business, so I'm trying to find his limo first.
You gotta, bro. You gotta send a message so nobody does that shit again. Send a message, bro. Send a message.
Take some Cialis. Send a message.
No, not that kind of message.
no, that kind of.
Yikes.
You don't gotta get physical.
Premeditation. Premeditation. That's all I'm gonna say.
But, like, it don't gotta get physical. Obviously, I feel like we too old for that. But you gotta confront him right in the middle of the gym. Put him on the spot. You know what I'm saying? Everybody could see that shit. Because you can't do that, bro. You cannot do that. I'm sorry. That's just unacceptable. So, and I mean, a confrontation, he's lucky that's all he's going to get. This is not something you can get away with in most parts of the country. So
I feel like, yeah, and to be honest, man, for someone to do that, it's almost like they feel that you're not going to be able to do anything to them. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, so like, I'm not saying, I mean, it's been so long since this happened, but if it happens again, Zayd, like, you can't let that slide, man.
No, it's not gonna happen again. No worries. No, that's a choice. If it's a second time around, that's not a mistake anymore. That's a choice.
It is. You know what? Sometimes I kind of want to see, because there's different reasons why it might happen, right? There's one guy, men's physique guy. He's a pro, actually, and he owed me some money. Saw him at the gym finally after he'd been dodging my texts. And I see him. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm going to just look at him. He's training the client. I'm just looking at him. And he's just not making eye contact. I'm like, okay, let me see if he's going to say anything, acknowledge me. Didn't acknowledge me. Saw him walk out the gym. I was like, okay, no problem. So next time I see him, same thing, I'm staring at him. He don't. So I walk straight up to him while he's training his client. Then he's like, oh, what's up, bro? Hey, what's up, bro? I'm going to talk to you after. Cool. I'm watching the whole time. If me and my training partner work, I'm like, if he tries to walk out, he's done training, he shoots straight for the exit. So I like jog to the exit, stand right in front of it, like, what's up, bro? Oh, what? And he, of course, he plays them. Oh, what happened? Everything okay? I'm like, I mean, I think we both know what's not okay. Whatever, you know, it go back and forth. Oh, I got you and I'll send it. Don't worry about it. And he's walking. I was like, no. You're going to send it right now, actually. That's what's going to happen. So he texted his girl sends it over. What the fuck is all that about? You know what I'm saying? So that lets me know it's not a matter of I'm struggling. It's just that he's just trying to play me straight up because I feel like he could have someone be like, yo, my fault, bro. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's too late, you still could have had the convo, but you chose to try to act dumb and then walk out. You're not gonna forget when you owe somebody that much money. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I want to read the body language, see where they're coming from, and kind of handle it from there. But Jose, don't let that shit slide. I don't want to be bad influence, but don't. You can't let him rock. You can't let him rock.
You know, the thing about that too, you know, you say have a conversation or whatever, and that's fine. I mean, yeah, have a conversation. Motherfucker owes you, but be ready to fight too. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna confront somebody and they're gonna get aggressive, you're for damn sure gonna get aggressive too. You know?
Yeah.
So,
I was planning on shanking him, but then I changed my mind.
Whoa! I was
What
about
the-
to say
whoa.
this is not legal advice, but
This is not.
This went south real
past
quick.
that, Zayd.
This one left.
Nah, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding. I'm just
I
kidding.
don't. I feel like there's I mean, part of the right, you can't underestimate anybody, but I feel like there's a certain demeanor where you know somebody's not gonna try that, but you can't assume that motherfuckers might try you in the middle of the gym, you know. So yeah, you gotta be ready for something. I don't think he's gonna swing on you, Zay, but if he does, you better kick him in the stomach.
Yeah. To be honest, brother, I kind of put that shit behind me already last year, and I took one on the chin, you know. And then moving forward, like I said, it's not gonna happen again. That would be a choice. That's no longer a mistake.
That's
So,
why I order generics personally, because if you get burned, then it's like it wasn't that much money, you know.
Yeah.
Fucking
Well, look
zeros.
whose side I'm on now. You know.
Oh man, that's hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I could use that money, Zay. So I might just go collect for you at this point.
40% of it.
If you get it, you can have it, bro. It's a lot better for me that
let
you have it than him.
me find this
text
guy.
them.
Let me find this guy's Instagram. I'm like, yo, you want to get a workout? Let's hit chest day at Gold's Venice. All right, bet. Say no more. All right, Stu. How's your off season going, Stu?
My off season.
I mean, your prep. I'm sorry.
My off season. I wish it was my off season, dude. Fucking tired. This week has been rough, but I'm basically there now. So, I think I'm probably gonna bump my food up this week. That'll be good.
You gonna bump it up or blue? Or you gonna just take it initially?
I need to talk to him today, but yeah, we're probably gonna bump things up. Like, there's nothing left on me. It's just a little water. Got to change some chemical stuff, and like I'm there. So,
with how things have been going, I know originally you planned like you were going to do 3 or 4 shows, and obviously, you know, rubber meets the road right now. Are you still planning to do that? Because you've been lean for such a long time.
Yeah, I've been lean for a while, but like I'm not falling apart. Like in past years, if I'd been this lean for this long, I think it would have been an issue. But like we've been managing stuff really closely and carefully, and also my body's just a little more resilient now, I think. I think I would have like withered away and looked like shit by now. And I'm like flat right now, but that's fine, you know. So that's something I can't pull back from. So I just need to, you know, feed myself up into these shows properly, and it should be fine. You know, I'll have the first 2 shows, and I'll have a break, and then another 2 shows, and maybe more after that. But I don't know. We'll see how they all go.
Yeah.
Nice.
And how far are we now? Is it a week or 2 weeks?
2 weeks. Well, 11 days. Wait, no. 13 days. 13 days.
Okay. And then Cal is 3 weeks?
Yeah.
20 days.
Okay.
Yeah, you know you're close when you're counting days instead of weeks, man. Fuck.
Yeah. Getting close. Joe. It's good, Joe. How's that shake tasting? The way you look at that shaker cup, it was suspicious. It tastes funny?
It's this. You guys ever try? I'm not gonna say it, but anyways, it's a drink that I haven't tried before, and it tastes kind of off, and I'm really pissed off. I was looking forward to it, and I was like, "Oh, how exciting!"
Is this the one that we were talking about?
No, this is something different. That's why I was like,
"It's a cup of tequila, isn't it?"
I fucking wish. Today's one of those days I don't feel that great, so
it's another energy drink, and you can't bring it up anymore.
Oh, okay. I'm over here watching Joe. He like this. He's a
Commercial status.
Oh,
He's
no,
like-
no, bro. Like, I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, I'm trying to convince myself that it tastes pretty good, and I'm like, it tastes like shit, bro.
Damn. Can you text me what drink? I want to stay away from this drink.
No,
Text
so
me.
no, the drink, dude, it was just it was a different flavor I tried, and I was like,
Okay, I got you. Got you. Don't worry about it.
I don't
yeah,
understand why
yeah.
this has to be a secret, but now I want to know as well. Just because you won't
Legal-
say it.
Legal
Legal
agreement.
reasons.
Okay.
It's all back end stuff, business stuff. It's okay. But Joe, how's the prep going? Food still coming down, cardio still going up, or that's past?
So when I hit my lowest of the prep, the lowest I got was 248. He fed me up the last 4 days. It wasn't like a lot. It was just enough to fill me up, and I was 254 this morning.
Mhm.
And but I'm like tighter, just a little fuller now. And he brought my food back down a little bit, but not a crazy amount. My cardio's at 50 minutes still. It was at 80 at some point, but now it's at 50.
Yeah.
And so he pretty much told me I'm super close. Like, we don't have to do nothing crazy.
Mhm.
So just gradually finishing this next like I'll be done in like probably the next 12 days as far as
Yeah.
anything difficult.
Mhm. And then he'll probably start to cut out the cardio, and then up the
Yeah,
food a
start
little
lowering
bit.
the cardio. Yeah, but my cardio won't get any higher than what it is now. Like, the peak of it was 80 minutes, drop straight to 50. It's staying 50, and it's only going to get lower. And then, yeah, bro. But I liked how I looked. Everything looking really good. So happy
Yeah.
for him. I'm way heavier than I thought I was going to be. That's
Yeah.
so that was exciting for me. I exceeded my own expectations. That's for sure.
Good. All right. Paul, what's going on, Paul? Paul Wall. How's
Yeah.
prep going for you?
Last week was difficult. Last week was probably the lowest of carbs that I was on. From like Tuesday to like Saturday, I dropped about 5 pounds. I got down to same thing about Joe actually. I got down to 248 and a half. And then today he bumped my food up a lot, fucking damn near double what I was eating for 3 days. Cardio still, well, I was at 35 minutes, dropped that back down to 35 minutes.
25.
Things are 25 minutes, yeah, 35 or 25. But things are looking good, man. Shit. I mean, I feel like I look a lot better than I did last year. A lot fuller.
Yeah, no, you do
Even
for
with the lower
sure.
carbs.
Yeah, you do for sure, 100%. Your glutes already in too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My legs. I felt like I was able to bring my legs back too this prep season. Because like I said before, my hip was fucked up and my knee was messed up. So I was never able to train real intense. And I started getting worked on and lost a little bit of weight and my knee problem went away. And so I just started hitting it hard as hell and I felt like I brought it back up, which I was very happy about.
So
Yeah. In the past, I feel like you had to drop a lot lower than you needed to because you would have the extra skin, lower back, glutes. So for your glutes to come through, you would have to get so flat, bro. Because I mean, if I would see you at 280 lean, but then you would have to drop another fucking 40 pounds just to show glutes, and it's like there's no way you got 40 pounds of fat. But if you can't show the glutes, you know what I'm saying? Then it's like you're only as lean as your fattest body part. So whether it's fat or not, if the glutes aren't showing through, you got to keep dropping. So unfortunately, you would lose a lot more muscle than you had to. And this year, I feel like the glutes are coming out without you having to drop that extra, right?
Yeah, and I've showed you pictures of me before when like days out how fucking flat I was, like night and day difference from the day before to showtime,
Yeah,
and I don't think I got to pull that extreme anymore.
Yeah, but I think you showed me pictures like you was like in the high 230s, right?
I think it was for my pro card when it was like a 240 something.
But like flat. When I say flat, I mean flat, like unrecognizable. But then you did fill out. I think you probably could have filled out even more, no?
I don't know. I mean, I've always filled out, but I last year for Legions, I mean, I didn't get that flat, but I felt like I was thicker than the years prior. You know what I mean? Obviously, because I
Yeah.
didn't have to drop down so much.
Yeah. All right. So for the guys in prep, what do you guys feel like is the hardest hurdle when it comes to how physically tired you are or how mentally fucked up you are? Whether it's some people get anxious, some people get moody, irritable, emotional, whatever the case is. Which do you, for you guys in particular, which do you feel is harder, the physical battle or the mental hurdle? Let's start with Stu.
Right now, what I'm dealing with is like I'm 2 weeks out, right? And like I know like the fat's basically off of me, right? So now I have to like hold my dick for the next 2 weeks and just kind of like cruise in, right? Which is easier technically, physically, right? I'll get to eat a little more, back out cardio, that's all good stuff. But like um I get anxious and bored, you know, I'm just like I have to sit around for 2 weeks and wait until I can get on stage. And I'd rather that I just do it tomorrow, you know, because like all the in my head, I'm like the work's done, but we still have to like move all these pieces slowly and make sure the plane lands properly, so to speak. So I don't know. I get a little in my head about that. I'm just like, I want to get the shit over with. I want to get over with, but it's technically speaking, the physical part is going to get easier from here. Besides that, it's just like being lean and having super low estrogen is just, you don't want to get up and do anything. Like you're just planted to your chair or the couch or whatever it is. So yeah, I'm just slow.
Yeah. How would you avoid this from happening? Like, let's say next prep.
Shorter
Would you
prep.
start?
I was just
Okay,
talking to
okay.
Megan
That's what I was
about this the other day. She was like, "You need to do a shorter prep next year." I'm like, "Yeah," because I started like 13 weeks out. I think I could probably get this shit done in like 8, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
Stu, not even not next year for your Olympia, the Olympia prep.
well,
Yeah.
if I make it to the Olympia, it's
You're
gonna
gonna be
be
in shape.
weird, right? Because like I'm not gonna get as fat as I was in
Yeah.
February when I started this prep, right? So
Yeah.
I'll probably rebound up 10, 15 pounds or something and just, but like, I'm not going to have to dig like I am now to like go and get myself that lean again.
Yeah.
And it all
Yeah.
kind of depends on like sometimes when you rebound out of a show a little bit like that, even if it's just, you know, for 4 or 5 weeks after, um, you know, your body just starts wanting to grow and hold on to everything. So that could potentially, I've never done that like timeline wise, but like it could be an issue for me. Like if I just start soaking everything up and my body doesn't want to drop anything to get back
Takes
in
off.
shape for the Olympia, that could be an issue. I don't know if that'll happen, but we'll see.
Your body can get excited when you introduce the food and it wants to take off sometimes. Even on a little bit of food, it'll just start growing in a good way. But you still, when the scale keeps going, I'll be like, holy fuck. I'm not gonna compete at 260. So why the fuck am I 275? You know, you're gonna be like, oh no.
The good thing with Stu is like he's gonna need a lot more food for his body to escape him out in a rebound. So they can control it like really, really well, and it could be advantageous.
I could
you know,
control
making
it,
to
or
the-
I
to
could
the
just
Olympia.
get away with shit because I'm gonna need a mental break after like
Yeah.
these first two shows here, and then I'll reset and like go into the next two. But
100%.
yeah,
That's facts.
That's cool.
So when it
I want
comes,
to eat a pizza right now. Like not even a good pizza. Just I want to go to like Little Caesars and get like a pepperoni pizza for $6 and just be a
Yikes.
complete fucking glutton. And I'm not
Like-
even that hungry. I just want to do that. I don't know what's wrong with me, man.
The calzones.
It's the mist of flavor, bro. I'm the same way, and it's not that I'm hungry, especially when you're getting fed enough. It's just the mist of the mist of having something different flavor.
Freedom,
You know,
the restriction is like, yeah, that's what gets to you.
that's what it is. Like for me, I don't like the diet food tastes good actually this year, right? Most of the time it tastes good to me, but it's the freedom, right? You feel like you're like a prisoner to the food almost. So it's like just the option to be like, which is something like we probably never do in off season. I never just pull over Little Caesars or Burger King and grab, I would never do that. But just knowing that you can't do it, now all of a sudden you're like, oh shit.
You just want to be naughty.
Yeah, that's all it is. So it's weird that
I'm glad I'm not the only person who feels that way because I'm just
Yeah,
like
100%.
I don't want to eat that shit, 12
Yeah.
weeks out, 20 weeks out. Like I don't give a shit, right? But now I'm just like, my brain is so stupid. It's like the way it thinks is like, what can I get away with and still get on stage looking really good,
Yeah.
Instead of like,
Yeah.
what could I possibly do to be the absolute best that I could be? It's like, if this is a mental thing that I need to figure out eventually because I will self-sabotage, right?
Yeah.
But like I need to like get my mindset and like how do I be my best instead of like what can I get away with,
Yeah.
And it's a curse because like I can't get away with a lot of shit, but doesn't mean I should.
Yeah.
What I've realized is like when you're done with that comp, right, and you've been thinking about that meal, like let's say that pizza, and you finally have it, it's never as good as
No, never,
you know
bro.
what I mean? Like it's never
Because
as good.
now that you're free and post show, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
doesn't feel as bad as if I were to do this at 2 weeks out,
Yeah,
Not only that,
yeah.
I think our taste buds are so like fucked from eating the same food over and over and over again. Like you do have that other food that's kind of like it just don't taste right. Like something's wrong,
Yeah.
Bro, I did one prep that I had no cheat meals whatsoever. None, not one the whole time. And I was like, fuck it. This is personal now. So when I'm done, I'm gonna go to New York. I'm gonna fly to New York for my first cheat meal. That's how dedicated I was. And I fucking flew to New York, took a bus to Jersey from New York just to go to this pizza spot. Imagine that. And I'm like, ooh, I have the pizza. This shit was so salty. I was like, yo, can I get another one? I thought they dropped salt on it by accident. Like, can I get another one or another one? Same thing. I'm like, I can't eat this shit. The shit was so fucking salty and greasy. I was like, hell no. Because my taste buds was 4 months of eating chicken and rice, right? Or tilapia. So my taste buds was so fucked that I probably needed to warm my way up. So I'm here in Jersey and I don't even enjoy the fucking pizza that I flew to New York for.
Yeah.
What a waste.
And the last thing you want to do, this is like more of like a rookie thing that people do. A week out, don't fill your cabinet with junk because when it's done, you're not gonna eat.
No.
You know
I've
what I'm
seen
saying?
people fuck up their whole preps doing that. There is
that's true, too.
nothing
think about
in
that.
this house right now
Yeah.
that tastes good. It's all fish and green beans and rice and oats. I can't have it here. I can't.
See, like my mind wasn't even thinking of that possibility. I was thinking about when it's done and you look in the cabinet and you no longer crave fucking honey buns and fucking Swiss rolls and zebra cakes. You know what I'm saying? You're like, I don't think I actually want to eat that, But yeah, you're right. If you get it a week out and you're carbing up, oh, I can have these carbs anyway. I need 100 carbs. Fuck it. Let me have a fucking honey bun instead, Don't do that.
I remember my first like show or two when I first started doing this shit. Juan Royale's cookies, those whatever.
Ooh,
boy.
So
No.
I
Those
ended
are
up buying like
calorie
$100.
bombs.
I ended up buying like $100 in cookies
For sure.
and like I don't know, like 40 or $50 in those Buckeye brownies. Threw them in the
Mhm.
freezer for a little bit, and then when I was all said and done, I had like half of each one of them, bro, and gave the rest away. Like I didn't even want them out there.
Bro,
That shit is dangerous.
to this day, I still have a few of my cookie dealer cookies in the freezer from like 2 years ago. Literally, it's still there.
Those
it's
are
like-
trash.
Honestly, like it was cool for like the first couple of times. I can't do it now. No offense to one boy. I'm sorry if it sounds bad. Like the cookies are great, but after you have it a few times, it's too much, bro. It's too
Bro,
much.
it's so much butter and sugar, and which is
Yeah.
what makes it so good. But like,
Yeah.
you eat one of those in one sitting, you're like, "Fuck, dude!" You
Isn't
just
it
can't
like
move after.
850 calories?
Yeah,
I wanna
it's high as
sleep,
fuck.
yeah.
Almost 1,000.
Yeah, you want to
Which
sleep.
I mean, if you go to Costco and you get one of those big old muffins that they sell in the 6-packs, like those are 800 calories too. So like,
Yeah,
I don't know. It feels lighter though because it's not just butter and sugar.
it
I
does.
don't know what it is.
Yeah, they're dangerous, man. I remember because the same thing happened to me. I bought like a whole box, but the difference is I actually ate the box after my prep. This was like
Hey,
21. And bro, it's like each cookie is like 900 to 1,000 calories, bro. It's
Damn,
that shit is dangerous, So
it's bad.
don't do
Bro.
it. Don't do it.
Ken likes to eat the box apparently.
Yeah.
Fuck the cookies, I want the bottom.
Yeah,
It tastes like cookies, sure.
No, even like crumble cookies, like when it was new,
Dude,
I was
they're
like,
not
not
even
that good.
good. They're not
Bro,
that
they're
good,
not.
man. They're
They're
like they
not good at
literally
all.
crumble. They're not gooey. They're not like the texture isn't good. The taste isn't that good. It's like
Okay.
I think white girls just like posting them on Instagram for likes, right? They're not actually that good. And then
Okay.
you're flexing that you spent like $6 on a cookie or something.
Yeah, it's one of those things. When you have a really good cookie, you don't have to distract anybody with some crazy flavors. If you get a high quality cookie, fucking chocolate chip, that shit will change your life. You'll be like, holy fuck! Like Bristol Farms has fucking dark chocolate chip cookie. It's the best shit you're ever gonna have because it's a real cookie, real flavor. When you have to have fucking red velvet, cronut candy, pecan pie, just to make a cookie, you're just trying to. It's just a low quality cookie, and you're trying to disguise it with a bunch of frosting and all type of sprinkles on it. So it's just not a quality cookie.
The
You
best
might
ones are from your mom, though. My mom makes the best oatmeal raisin cookies on the planet. And I'm
Favorite
looking forward to
flavor.
having some. They
That's
just
my
taste better.
Favorite flavor of cookie.
They're
Oatmeal
made,
raisin.
they're made with
Easy.
love. You can taste the love in them.
Yep. It's
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
It's different, man.
there's no better cookie than getting it fresh baked by somebody.
Yep.
So some people it could be your grandma, your girlfriend, your wife, your sister, whoever it is.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
What you gonna say?
I said Joe's lady, her little sister, opened up a little
I did see that.
little like baking service.
I
And
did
she's
see
making all
that.
kinds of shit that looks really fucking good. So she's supposed to give us a sample sack a sample pack when we're done. That I'm looking forward to.
I've been seeing that on Instagram, so I've definitely been going out of my way to say hi to her at the gym. Like, hey, what's up? What's up? It's me. It's me. Just recognize my face. For off season. Yeah,
Don't worry, bro. You can have some of mine. I won't eat it all.
Yeah, I'm not
I'll take bits and pieces of each one of them and throw the rest away.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
He's
Paul.
dieting. I'll take him.
Oh yeah, shit. You can't have it either.
No. How do we get the cookies? I was asking about
because we're on prep, bro. Talking about food.
It was like, what's the
wanted
mentally
pizza.
hardest thing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then
Okay.
I was talking about being a glutton. So
are you guys the kind of guys that look at food porn through prep, or are you the kind of guys that you have to turn away when there's like a fucking McDonald's commercial on?
I
Which
watch
one?
food porn.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to think
those
about it.
I used to.
I want to see that shit.
Over the years,
Honestly, I look at that guy, the electric, looking at him makes me sick. Just
Wait,
looking
who is
at
that?
him, bro. Eric, the electric, the guy who eats like a crazy amount of food in one sitting. Yeah. Looking at him, bro, seriously, even if you have a craving, it used to help me out in prep. It kills my cravings. Yeah. This guy eats so much, it's disgusting, bro. It's truly disgusting. I don't know how he stomachs it. It's crazy. That's a talent for sure. Crazy amount. Crazy.
Hey Joe, didn't you say you used to watch fucking food eating contest at one point too?
No, it was that guy.
Was it him?
I think that's the guy. How about Ken? Which one do you do, Ken?
I can't see it, man. I turn away. Like even when I'm in the gym, when you're at the gym and like the TVs are on and they do like a Domino's commercial or something.
Oh
yeah,
shit's fucked up, man.
I just close my eyes.
Yeah, I honestly like you could have sweet. You could eat right next to me. I could be at dinner with you, kind of thing. It doesn't bother me.
Huh? Okay,
tough guy Joe. Oh.
Fucking machine.
Joe the machine over here.
You know what? I'm the same way now. Like I can go somewhere and eat my meal and like the food don't bother me. But my ex-wife had two small kids. Mm-hmm. So they would eat in front of me, pizza and and all that shit. So I just got mentally tough being around it because of that.
You got used to it.
So that was a huge thing to be able to deal with.
My family always like my mom likes to bake cakes and stuff, and then they always have like cookies and sweets. My brother has sweets in his room, so I just became numb to it being there. It doesn't matter anymore.
Well, now as long as I have my meal, I'm good. So let's say if I go, everybody's eating junk food, and I have my meal, I'm eating it, I'm good. But if I ate 2 hours ago and I'm sitting there hungry,
That's
oh man, I can't. I can't. I mean, I could, but I don't want to. Like, you know what I'm saying, like, I'm not gonna be like, oh fuck, you eating a burger? Give me a fucking piece. I'm not gonna go eat your burger, but it's gonna make me feel some kind of way. So,
Remember
yeah,
that one scene? Kai Green was looking at the guy with the chocolate shake in the Generation Iron movie. He's looking at him about to fucking kill him.
that's funny. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't mind. I could watch like full day of eating, cheat meals, and all that shit while I have my meal on hand. But if I have my last meal and I'm sitting there hungry at night, I don't want anything around me, you know. But
I just don't want to be put in that position. You know, I'm not going to cheat even if I'm in that position, but I don't want to have to mentally struggle, you know, to fight that. You know what I mean? So I just avoid the situation completely.
don't make it like any worse, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, the person if you have a girlfriend, like they should already know that, right? You would hope so. You would hope so. But if you're like dating here and there, honestly, like I don't even think I don't know if you're actively competing. I don't know if you should date a girl who has no regard for her diet. I don't know if that's gonna work.
Bad.
She don't got to
Doesn't work.
compete, but she has to be like, I don't know. She got to have a certain level of discipline, right? Okay,
My
put it like
girl-
this.
At least give a shit enough to like take care of
Yeah.
yourself, right? If you're really just
Yeah.
like, you know, just eating crap all the time and give no thought whatsoever to like what you eat or like how it makes you feel, more importantly. Like you gotta remember, like we're bodybuilders, like we eat the same thing every day, right? But like most people don't even think about what they're gonna eat. Like they roll
No.
out of bed, grab some coffee from Starbucks, and they go to work and they're like, I'll get lunch out or DoorDash or something. And they eat like twice in a day. Their blood sugar's all over the place. They feel like crap and they wonder why. It's
Yeah.
like, you know, uh, that's you know why. Like
Yeah, you do know, right?
And that kind of person would never understand like what you're going through, you know, especially during a prep. Like, because it's like Stu said, it's not just how they feel, it's also how you feel, you know, to be put in that position where you're seeing your significant other every single time, you know, having cakes and pizzas and all this shit, and you're there with your tilapia and fucking broccoli. You know, it's kind of like you're not even observing the situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it can't work.
To be
You're
honest,
saying, you're
man.
saying significant other. That's the one thing. But like, if you're dating somebody and she's not a significant, like deep into a relationship, can you imagine the amount of stress that's going to be on you because she's going to be pissed off because you can't go eat on a Saturday night, or
Well,
you know what I mean? You can't go fucking enjoy a ice cream cone with her or whatever. You know, it's going to be problems. It's stress
She
on
ain't the
us.
one. She ain't the one, Paul. Because
No,
I'll
I'm
give you
not.
we
guys a
can't
story.
we
No,
can't
I'm
do
not.
it.
My girlfriend, when my girlfriend and I met, you know, was kind of peak of COVID, and then I went into a prep after COVID. Bro, we didn't go out to eat for like 6, 7 months straight, and we had just started dating, you know.
That's important.
So it's very important. It's very important, you know. So like obviously we had to find other ways to kind of have dates and stuff, like, you know, go to the beach or go on hikes and shit like that. But
Yeah.
if that person is so hell bent on we have to go to this restaurant that just opened up in town, you know, and
Yeah.
have whatever, as a bodybuilder, it doesn't work. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I don't care where I live. I moved to this place, dude. I don't care about any of these restaurants. And I don't plan to go to any of these restaurants. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like all you care about is the gym where you can get your groceries, maybe a haircut, you know, and you're good to go. Like it's not, we live very simple lives where a lot of this shit doesn't matter, you know?
True.
Yeah, you're limited to only a specific kind of girl. And at one
Yeah.
point, it used to bother me, like, oh, damn, I can only date. But now I think it's a good thing. I'm like, now that I think about it, I don't want to date a girl who's you know what I'm saying? I don't actually want to date you if all you want to do is go out and party or go out all the time. Now, here and there is one thing, but if all you want to do is that all the time, it's just not gonna work because that's not
Yeah,
even
no,
my
it's not
personality type, you know? So take out competing, even if I wasn't competing, I'm not trying to do that every single time, still. So you still have to be able to enjoy each other's company in any situation. So like you said, that's just not going to be the one, man, and I'm at a point where I don't want to have to explain myself to a certain point. Not that you should just get it, but within reason, right? Um, I was gonna, I didn't date this girl, but I met her at the gym. I was gonna kind of date her, but I just felt too pressured. And she tried to understand, like, because she goes to like goals and she's like into the gym, and she would be like, "Yeah, I understand you're in prep." She was trying to be understanding, but I could tell she had no idea, because she couldn't give me any breathing space. Like, I'm not gonna text you back every 10 minutes. Take competing aside. I'm on this podcast right now. Am I gonna be texting on the podcast? No. There's a good 2-3 hours. You're not gonna hear from me. But I do a podcast. So these things, I just can't deal with it. I'm not a child. You're not my mother. I'm not gonna be here. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just on a podcast. Oh, no, I can't go out today. If I gotta explain myself to that point, then I'm just not even gonna entertain it, because we gotta be like able to balance each other and fit into each other's lives. If it's just me having to explain myself every day, that's not something I want to be a part of. You know what I'm saying? If you
Before you guys, like, I don't know about you guys, but my previous relationships and stuff, there's something to be said when your significant other has a hobby. It doesn't have to be bodybuilding, right? But they're doing something, investing time into something else that's not you, right? I feel like in my past, a lot of relationships, you are the hobby, right? So like,
they got nothing better to do. It's
they
like,
got
so
nothing else to
they're
do.
just like,
simple as that.
entertain me
Yeah.
all the time.
Exactly. And like,
You are the
as
hobby.
someone,
Yeah,
as someone
true.
as someone who does this, you don't have time to be that. So that significant other has to have something else that they put their time into, because you're not going to be there 24/7 to entertain, as they want you to. So I think that's really important. I think that's a lot of the bodybuilders I've seen, in successful relationships. My relationship, I feel like the reason why that's worked is, my girl's a powerlifter. She's at the gym right now. I'm home. You know what I mean? She's prepping for a meet. Like, and it so you got to have something that you're working towards that is separate from your relationship. And I think that really helps, because when you're in prep, you guys know, man, it's just you. Like your significant other's there and they help you out, but like, dude, you're in your head most of the time. You don't want to talk, you just want to do your thing. You're just on cruise control. You know what I mean? So yeah.
I don't honestly. I don't even want to have the steroid conversation at this point. I don't. I feel like I'm at a point where I want to meet you, and you already know. We both already know this motherfucker on gear. We don't. It don't even got to be a discussion. You already know what it is. If it's like, hey, do you take steroids? I'm like, nah, I'm fucking natty. Like, I don't even want to have have that conversation. That should just go without saying at this point. So at this point, the shit got to align to a point that I'm not here having to give lessons every day. I don't know. It is what it is. It's what we signed up for, and I'm cool with it. I'm honestly cool with it.
What helped for me last year was my girlfriend Megan she was prepping for a show, and she ended up dropping out of the prep because her body was just going haywire. But like she was beating the shit out of herself, like 2 hours of cardio, eating thin air. Like she was pushing really hard, way harder than I've ever pushed, right? And she didn't get on stage, but like she understood like what it took, like for me to get there, and like hormonally and body fat wise, like she was close. So she understands what it feels like to be at this point now. So she's a little more understanding now. I mean, I'm still trying to, put my best foot forward, and I'm failing in some ways and succeeding in others, but she gets it now in a way that she didn't previously.
And
Exactly.
I think that's the important thing too. Like I said, my ex-wife, she didn't compete, but she understood it. Like she was my biggest fan to that point. You know what I mean? Like, she learned the sport. She had the eye for the sport. If she's seen her body, like she could call out what's going on or whatever. But she learned to invest herself in the sport to understand what I'm going through. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So that was pretty fun, cool.
And then also, we're not saying that like we don't have to make an effort too, because we definitely got to make an effort. But that's only if things align. It can't just be us like going out of our way every time to act like a normal person, because we're not normal people. So we're not gonna act like normal people, you know. But we definitely have to make an effort. If you find that person who's the one, or somebody who is trying to understand you, you also have to make that effort. But don't put yourself in a situation where you can't be yourself and you can't do your thing because you're scared this person is gonna leave you or flip on you or some shit like that. That's not okay.
No, kind of like Paul said, it's pretty dope. Like my girl Jay, watching her development along this process. This is her third show with me, and she's developing what Paul's saying, that eye for it. Like she'll watch me pose, tell me that, hey Joe, you're not doing this, you're not doing this, or like, hey, this looks good. Oh, you're tightening up here. This is not. Oh, you're so much fuller today. You look harder today. Like little shit like that. But it's actually pretty accurate. So it's pretty fucking cool when they start getting invested just as much as you, pretty much.
I think my girlfriend understands that stuff at this point, but she's such a big fan of me that she's never gonna say I look flat or shitty.
I agree.
Even when I do. She's just so fucking sweet.
My girl told me you look like shit.
Really?
Like my girlfriend wants to see my check-in pictures when I take them in the morning for Blue. She's like, send them to me, and so I send them. And she's always like, "You look great, honey. You look great." Like I know what she knows what she's looking at, right? But
yeah.
If I go for when Andrew's like, yeah, this is she's like, you see, I told you, Andrew's right. You see, I told you, you're back. You need some work over here.
Yeah, bro.
Oh man.
I get that. It's hard to tell the hard truths, you know, but
it is.
I mean,
I feel
even
like
with
a
me,
dick
like,
though, because like I have no problem telling my girlfriend the truth, because like she asked me for it, so I tell her and she takes it well, right? But like she's just so sweet to me. It's like it doesn't go up.
Bro, even the fucking partnership me and Paul have, I'll be honest with him, but it's not easy to come out. Like if I see something, I'm like, fuck, it's not easy for me to fucking say this. I don't want to. But I'll tell him something. He'll do the same for me, but it doesn't mean it's easy. It's like,
yeah.
Like if I don't tell him, I'm not being a real one. So fuck it.
But you rather hear the harsh critique. You know what I mean? So that way you can fix it instead of a bullshit.
No, for sure.
You know, because it's never gonna get fixed. You know.
Yeah,
you care though.
Like start the conversation. Like, listen, dude. You want me to be honest? I'm gonna be honest. And then go, you know, and don't be a dick about it, but like just be honest.
That's
you know, I used to coach high school football kids, and the best approach was you hit them with something good first, and then tell them what they need to fix. So already they're gonna focus on what you said good, so you got their attention, so they're open minded to listening to the rest to come. So it's a
I agree.
coaching thing too.
That works in relationships too.
It does.
Point out the positive stuff, and then you're like, hey, this is what we need to work on. You know, it's just like good communication skills.
Yeah, you don't want to go off. You don't want to talk shit in the beginning. Yo, you look like shit. So let me tell you why you look like shit, though.
Yeah, you don't have to be like a dick about it to get the point across, and also, I mean, it has to be warranted, right? Don't like imagine if I see Joe. Well, me and Joe are close, but let's say if me and Joe are casual gym friends, and I see him across the gym posing, and I come and start watching, like, hey Joe, I really feel like your hamstrings are behind. You gotta, like, did I fucking ask you, mother stranger that was working out in the gym? You know, don't be that guy. You know, so you gotta make sure it's warranted. I usually won't say anything unless the person asks me, or if it's something I feel like they're not catching. I'll bring it up, but I'm not gonna be like, "Hey, you need to do this." I might be like, "Oh, you noticed this?" You know, like I told Stu, I was like, "Yo, I feel like your legs were getting a little flat." And he's like, "Yeah, you know, but you know, when I carb up, it fills out." There's a way to say certain things, you know what I'm saying? And it's not really your business, but if that's your boy, you want to mention it. You know, just be careful how you word it too.
Like this has been in my head for like a couple weeks now because you said it. Fucking Nick Strength and Power has said it multiple times.
That's why I said it.
And like, dude, every time I've been on stage, I'm like, dude, my legs are like big. They're like some of the bigger of the people on stage. But in my check-in pictures, you're absolutely right. They look slight, like something's not quite there, right? I don't know what it is, but like it ends up translating on stage.
It's the
It's the camera.
That's-
because sometimes
Camera or lighting or
it's the
something.
way
I don't
the
know.
way the
It's the
camera's
camera.
tilted.
bro.
Like there's times where I'm like, hey Paul, your legs like they look small as fuck on camera, but in person, like I can see what they look like. It's not matching. It's
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
Till this day, I can't get the perfect camera angle because if I showed you guys all my check-in photos, I always
wanna
look
see
like
it.
garbage. Like
Yeah,
that happens
especially with
too.
Android. At least you guys are an iPhone. Android, forget about it, dude.
Oh,
Forget about it.
forget the Android.
It's
Yeah, that-
Jaw. What's up, Jaw?
What's up?
Hey,
your phone is sideways for some reason. Oh, there you go. There you go. Now, but Stu, that happened with John De La Rosa. Remember, everybody like, oh, his legs. He steps on stage like, oh, okay. I guess not. You know, is sometimes it don't
It's
translate.
like, if you got a body part that like flattens out fast when you're like doing cardio and getting flat, right? And then
Yeah.
it's like if that's your legs, you're like, oh, you're top heavy. Like,
Yeah.
I look like that. And also, usually, like if I take pictures after I train, right? I'm not taking full physique pictures after I train my legs because my legs are going to be blurry as shit. My upper body will look all small and frail because there's no blood up there. So like
Yeah.
everything's up here, nothing's downstairs, and I they look like I have small legs.
Yeah. I think your legs are gonna be big on stage.
I hope so.
I'm
I sure hope
positive.
so.
they look good
I
at the
mean,
guest
in that
poses.
guest pose, and there wasn't
They
a
do,
problem with it.
Yeah,
No, you're
It's
right.
Exactly.
They
Like
sweep
those
from the
pictures,
hip.
they exactly. I don't
They
know
sweep
if you
from the
can tell where they're sweeping from in my check-in
From the
pictures,
hip.
but like in other photos they do. So
Yeah.
okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm gonna stop thinking about it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
bro, it's
Yeah.
okay.
Why?
Paul does the same shit. Paul does the same shit. My dog, you just not seeing what I see. Don't worry about it.
We are. I mean, we are our own worst critics, bro. That's something what it boils down to, you know.
Check out that beard on Wyatt over there. Look at the
Y'all
beard.
like that?
Yo, fuck
Yeah. The test dose went up since he turned pro, huh?
A little bit, a little bit. You get into a different league, you gotta go up a little bit.
Yeah. How that the Alfie, bro, this dude got shredded glutes at like 290. Like what type of shit is that? Like how did that
I can't tell
happen?
you.
Okay, are you shredded everywhere or just your glutes are just magically shredded all the time? Are you lean? Stomach, everything is lean?
Some reason I haven't gotten fat. I don't know why. I think it's like what Stu always says. Once you get so lean, you get a different set point every time. And like I just hold it. I don't know. Like I haven't been trying to get to 290, but I literally just hit 290 in the morning, and I don't know.
Shit. We gotta have a chat on the post podcast. I got to get more details. What kind of GH you taking? What brand you using? I got to figure this.
You use a CFAP, right?
Yeah, I just switched to a nose pillow.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's made a big difference.
Those are great because I have a big ass nose and like
Yeah.
the regular ones they don't seal. Nose pillows though, perfect. You're like the
It's
poster
weird because
child
like
for a
the nose
bodybuilder.
pillow, it's so weird. It don't even like suck to your face, but it just like it's like a perfect like fit.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
weird.
The hell is a nose
You guys, can you guys, because I just did my sleep.
I'll be
I
I'll
just
be
went-
right back. I'm gonna grab it. Okay.
Yeah. Grab a nose
because
pillow.
I just had an appointment 2 days ago. So you're actually I'm getting my sleep study. They're sending it over because I need to get on. I talked about it with you guys, right? So
Yeah.
I'm trying to get a machine. You know, 'cause
Dude,
Oh.
so like for the longest I had a full face and I would feel like claustrophobic. Like middle of the night I would just throw it off. And like cause like it's just like something big on your face. It just
Yeah.
I didn't like it at all. But like when I switched to nose pillow, I can keep it on all night.
Okay, I'm gonna take my headphones off so I won't be able to hear you. But just
Okay.
watch. This
No.
is funny looking.
Let's see this nose pillow. Whoa.
Found
Okay.
it for you.
Huh.
Oh, that's
Wow.
pretty comfortable actually for what it is.
It looks
okay,
so
that looks comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah,
looks so
Can I
cool.
just leave this on for the rest of the podcast?
Yeah.
Hey, one thing I will say, Ken,
Oh, that's not
if
bad.
you do
Yeah.
if you do get one, make sure it's the one that like auto regulates. Like
Okay.
say if you have a nose pillow though and you don't have one that auto regulates, you'll try to breathe out of your nose and it won't let you breathe out of your nose. It only pushes air
Ah.
in. Mine will shut
Okay.
off when I breathe, and you can breathe out and breathe back in.
Oh, that's
Man.
dope. Thank you.
I
That's
think
good
that's
info.
the standard style now, like the auto, like in and out feature.
Well, I was watching somebody's podcast and they were talking about how theirs didn't do it. No, it was Quentin. Quentin got a new one, and his old one didn't. And he said it made a difference.
So the CPAP, the CP in it stands for constant pressure, and that was like the old school one that had like no sensors. It couldn't tell when you were exhaling, and it literally just applies pressure up your nose the whole time. So when you try to exhale, it's like you can't really, you're pushing against the machine. The one that I got, I think the standard style now is just like it senses when you're exhaling and inhaling and pushes and pulls accordingly.
Yeah.
I'll give you guys an update once I'm able to get this off the road, you know.
Yo, somebody actually sent me an email for Ken. I guess because you don't have Ken's email, right? So he was like, yo, this is for Ken. Yeah, he sent me a bunch of links for CPAPs and shit. So
why didn't you send it to me, man?
I just remembered right now. It completely slipped my mind. I just remembered.
Guys trying to sabotage my off season, guys.
I can't have Ken getting too big, man. Come on, man. Yeah. That's all we need. We need a CPAP, and we're gonna be 290.
It's too late for that, man. Ken is like 260, and he looks like he's 290. It makes no sense. And he's not fat either. Like,
but Stu, don't forget, I'm not as tall as you guys. You know, so.
Didn't you post something the other day, Ken?
Like 5'7". Yeah. I posted a check-in. I posted a check-in on my stories, but we have a serious Discord, so I actually posted it there. So I left it on my stories just for a little bit, so you know people can see it, but it's gone, right? But the
was it in the posing room?
No, that's in my basement. That's in my basement. Yeah, the one in the posing room, that was from last year.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, that was from like 13 weeks out, you know, going into North Americans. But for some reason, I think some Spanish page picked it up recently, and it's been going haywire for some reason. But hey, you know, that's what happens.
Hey, so you Ken is 5'7", you said?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're 260, that's like 300, 310. Like if you translate it to like 5'10", 5'11", it's like 10 pounds an inch. Yeah. 10 pounds an inch. So that's like a 300 pounder basically. But let's see, dude. Do you have you got any current updates? What the fuck? Where's my
me? No, not any physique updates. I only put the full physique. I think I put it in our chat too. You know, you can't pull up the chat. I don't know, but I put it in the chat. If you want to bring it up.
Or like the group chat?
The group chat.
Yeah, the group chat.
When did you send that? Wait, I gotta shuffle this up.
Yeah, last week.
I don't remember.
Are you to the point where you feel just like uncomfortable even sitting down?
No, that's the funny thing. I've been doing 45 minutes of cardio 5 days a week. So the funny thing about this time is I don't even have lower back pumps. You know, like everything is, I still feel great. The weight is actually still going up. I think we're probably going to hit 270 to 272, you know, because I don't need to eat that much to get bigger. You know, I got to eat like a bird and prep, but to actually push, you know, I don't eat that much. So my food is, I'm eating like 300 grams of rice, you know, per meal, which is, that's probably prep for you, Justin. You know what I mean? So
that's pretty close, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like things are moving very well, man. I'll be honest, I'm a little bit, it's almost like it's going too good. like what's gonna happen, you know, what's gonna break? Like things are just moving too well, you know. So we'll see what happens with
that's kind of weird you said that. I haven't had to eat as much food this prep or this off season either. Like literally the only like shitty food I have on the daily is a Pop-Tart pre-workout. And like normally it's like, you know, a muffin with, you know, every other meal or something like that, but I haven't had to do any kind of shitty food like that.
Oh wow.
Do you miss it?
Yeah.
Do you miss the junk food?
Yeah.
What are we looking for?
I said, do you miss the junk food or not really?
Oh, not really, no. I'm to the point where like I think when I hit 290, or it was like maybe 286, where it's like I just feel like even just like sitting down, I almost feel claustrophobic. Kind of weird. So I was like, I'm good right now.
But I send it to you in your messages if you want to
Pull it up.
Yeah, I send it to you directly in your messages.
Yeah.
Oh shit, we got to get some
I gotta stop the shit.
real ass.
Yeah, you
Off
can't
is
put the
okay.
first time. Yeah. No, you don't want to do that, bro.
Hey Wyatt, how many calories are you eating now, brother? Your
I'd
meals
say
look
probably
like
around
fucking
7,
crazy
7.5
big.
probably.
75,000. Wow.
That's a lot, man. All right, let's share the screen. All right. Boom. Okay, there we go. When was this?
This was last week.
Yeah, he looks about 300 pounds.
Can you blow it up a
Yeah.
little bit?
Look at that side chest. Like, dude, there's so much going
that's
on
crazy.
there.
Stu, when you look at these photos, like you're always like critical. Like I know I fucked up the side chest, so I should have stood up a little bit more upright.
Yeah, your
and it
posing
looks like-
sucks right now, but that's fine.
Yeah,
It always
yeah,
does.
posing kind of sucks right now, but
So that's okay.
What
okay.
another
Andrew
pose is crazy
Vu
is
have
that front
you-
double.
What was that?
What'd you say, Justin?
Another pose is crazy is that front double.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's weird. Like my front double and my front lat spread are some of my best poses, but my back my back double is not that strong. It's like it's weird. Like I don't know how that works. Like my lats flare so much from the front, but like when I do a back double, it's almost like the lats are not as thick as they should be. It's weird. I don't know why. I just don't know why that happens, But yeah.
It's actually pretty common. The guys with the best back doubles sometimes usually don't have the best front doubles. And the guy with
Carlos
the best
comes
front
to mind.
doubles, I mean, so many people. I mean,
It's
Yeah.
weird though, right? Like when you think about it, that's kind of weird.
it is weird, but I think we're really good because for me, I kind of fall in the same boat as you. I think we're really good at rotating this and popping the lats from the front, but from the back, you have to do the opposite. If you overemphasize that, you actually hide your lats. So what I kind of try to do is pull my shoulder blades back, lean back, and kind of what you call it, sink my stomach in,
Around it.
and
Yeah.
and it definitely looks better. So I'll pose it like I always say. I'll try to pose it like Bumstead or Ian, because they had the same issue where their front doubles were good, their back doubles weren't so good, and they learned how to pose it, and it looked like they made all these gains on their back. But honestly, I don't think they did. I think they just literally posed it different for the most part, because the back is there. You wouldn't see it from the front if it wasn't there. The muscle is there, or it just wouldn't be there. So it's just learn how to show it, I guess. They could always you could always get a bigger back for sure, but everybody isn't blessed enough to have a back that just looks big, no matter how you pose it. Some people have to really focus on posing it for your back, not for my back or anything, just for your back. You got to kind of learn the angles of how to showcase it better. It's one of those things.
Zaid, you said something before we sorry we cut you
I was
off.
saying, does Andrew Vu have you have a black drop before those check-ins? That's why you
No.
have your black drop?
No. He doesn't. I have a lot of photography equipment and stuff. So like, in my now that we're in this new place, I'm like the basement. Like I didn't have a basement before, so I'm like, fuck it, just leave it there, and I can use it for my check-ins moving forward. So that's why I just put it up there. But usually I don't.
Andrew's not one of these new coaches. Like he's old school.
Andrew,
Bro, he doesn't. Oh, you gotta have a black backdrop. Has to be waist level. Like none of that bullshit.
Yeah, Andrew don't give a fuck.
He's not a spreadsheet coach.
Yeah, exactly. Justin, you got it.
Just take the pictures. Yeah. That's the kind of coaches that are like, oh, look at Bonak. This is recent.
Yeah.
Bro, what is that knot on his knee?
Man,
he's always had that.
Funky.
I know. I just looks like it fucking hurts.
It looks like it almost looks like I don't want to say bursitis, but like it's almost like the fluid, the capsule in the knee there, kind of like it's probably punctured or something. It looks like it's like a little bit of bursitis from what I.
It just looks like you want to just cut that son bitch off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people have that. I've seen people with this on their calf. Brandon Curry has one like right here, like on his brachialis. You guys notice that?
Are you sure that's not just his brachialis? Because it's that's
probably
around. Have you seen his arms?
No, he talked about it before because people were saying, "Oh, Brandon Curry shoots his arms because he's gonna shoot synthol in his brachialis, right?" But it's like a little. I think he called it like I don't know. He called it like calcium deposit, some shit. But I've seen it at random body parts, and it looks weird. I mean, what Wyatt said, honestly, I would probably try to cut that shit off. Just can't be too safe out here, bro. Can't be too safe. You know, my first instinct would be like, what the fuck is that?
It's definitely grown though, like over the years. It wasn't as large as that before. You know?
That's not
It's
good.
definitely grown. Yeah.
Surely he's got it checked out. Like, surely he's not just going day to day. Like, oh, I don't know what it is, whatever.
Yeah, you probably should make sure.
Maybe. I mean,
Who knows?
lot-
He's old school.
Yeah, Bonak.
How do
Bonak's
you
old
guys
school,
think
man.
he's gonna place this year, bro?
Where's he going? Prague?
no, Spain, Empro Classic.
Isn't Nathan doing that too?
Nathan,
Crizzo.
Crizzo,
I don't think he's
Sergio.
not going to beat Nathan.
I think he said this is his last year. Isn't that what he said too?
I mean, but Bonak never placed outside of the top 10, right? In the Olympia.
No.
No.
So but like, I don't know. Nathan has lost to some new guys recently. Not that I necessarily agree with him losing to Regan, but he has lost. I mean, Nathan is definitely beatable. I don't know, man. That's hard. Like between him and Nathan, that's a if it was 2 years ago, I would say Bonak just because shit. Bonak basically
2018 Bonak, he's winning the show. There's no question.
Well, even what was that year? The year that Brandon beat Bonak and everybody said Bonak should have won. That wasn't that long ago. That was
2019.
2019.
No, not that one. The second one.
2020.
Brandon won that one fair and square in 2019.
It was BC, bro. Before COVID, it was BC. Definitely.
No, not that one. I'm talking about who won in okay, who won the Arnold Classic last year? Samson, right?
Yeah.
And the year before that was Brandon, right? Oh no, it was Nick.
Yeah, but he arguably could have beaten
Nick. Bonak's last
No.
Bonak's last pro win was Boston Pro. And the Boston Pro hasn't happened in like 2 years, right?
Yeah, so that's what I'm talking
Boston
about.
Pro was a giant scam.
Yeah.
Nick won in 2021, Arnold, right? Correct?
Yes,
yeah.
correct.
2022, Brandon beat Bonak, but Brandon shouldn't have beat Bonak. Bonak should have beat Brandon. And that's only 2 years ago. Everybody forgets that one because
it's the year that Brett did it.
Yeah, that was 22. So we're talking about 2 years ago. Bonak arguably won the Arnold Classic. So that's not that long ago. Now, he doesn't look like he looked at that show in particular, but he's not that far off. That wasn't that long ago. Nobody remembers that Arnold, right? It's like it's forgotten. Even me right now, I was having trouble remembering because we all remember Nick, and then we remember Samson, but we don't remember 2022.
We
it's
might
like
just
an
be
invisible
getting
year.
old, bro. Like we're forgetting shit.
Was that the year that's the year that Samson started going up, right? He got like
yeah,
and that was Justin Rodriguez. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the year Justin Rodriguez looked good in prejudging, right?
Yeah, he looked crazy in prejudging and like shit in finals.
Yeah,
but I also have to say that I don't think Bonak, like this Bonak going into this show, I don't think Bonak is going in like, oh, I'm vying to fight for the Olympia. I feel like he's in a different mental state now too. Like I think he's at the tail end of his career. He knows that. He took the year off, and then I think recently he said this is his last year. So it's almost like it's like his swan song, kind of going on. I mean, the guy already did a hair transplant and everything, he's not gonna mess that up, for another couple of years. So
he did.
I mean, yeah, he did. He got a full hair transplant. So it's like, I mean, he's had it sucks because we always talk about this, right? Where we say, would you rather have an Arnold or would you rather have an Olympia? And a lot of times, people talk about the money, but Bonak is one of the most decorated bodybuilders of this era. People just don't realize that. It's just
he don't get enough credit at all.
He doesn't.
Look at his back double. Look at his back double.
Yeah.
And these are the comments that I don't like. What happened to his quads? Like, who the fuck are you? Like, look at what happened to you. Like, look at who the fuck
Steve
is this?
Patton. Steve Patton likes surfing and motorcycles. Fuck you,
This
Steve.
this is what I don't like. Like, comment like that is stupid. First of all, he had to tell in his career. This is his last year. You can't expect him to look like he's fucking 32. But on top of that, his quads look good, bro. Like, let's
He
not
looks
do that.
good, bro. He looks
That's what
good.
I'm saying. But it's always the fucking guy with the surfboard saying stupid shit. All right. Anyways,
Do you want to talk about, because the hot news right now is oxygen? Do you want to talk about that?
Oh.
Hey,
yeah.
before we go to oxygen,
Nope.
did y'all see that guest posing Roman? He looked freaky.
Where can I find that?
Go
Where
always to
can
the
I find
top.
that?
Always to the
Oh,
top.
there?
Right there to the right.
Right here? Oh.
Yeah.
I missed it. Okay. Let me see.
Okay.
He looks big,
That
yeah.
looks pretty nutty.
He's always in
Roman
shape, I guess.
Roman
Who's this guy?
Fritz, man.
This is the guest posing?
Yeah.
Fucking A, bro.
It's crazy.
Shit.
Roman and Stu have that same effect where Roman's head is so big too. Like, you don't realize he's a
He
big
is.
person.
He got a head, bro. Holy fuck.
He's a big person, but when you see him, he just looks like a regular guy. But like when you see him in real life, it's like, holy shit, this guy's big,
You know what's so crazy? He had a double hip surgery, a replacement surgery. That is insane.
And his legs are still his biggest body part. And it's still huge. Well, he had another one. He just had another one, right?
Yeah,
no. So he's had both of them in place.
What the fuck?
Yeah, too.
The fuck is going on? Well, good shit, Roman. Wasn't Roman supposed to be on this podcast? Like, way back?
We gotta get him on, bro.
Yeah.
He said he was going to be on, and we were trying to coordinate it, and it just never happened. I think he's busy, probably. So.
Speaking of Germany, bro, I do gotta call you out, Zay, because I watched that last podcast, but the whole Tim Budesheim thing, Zay, you're wilding out, dude. You're wilding.
That's funny.
I believe in Tim. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
more
Tim is good, bro.
Days.
Tim is not a slouch for sure.
Hey,
No,
what
no.
about Wesley? Y'all talk about Wesley yet?
No, he looks pretty good.
It's fucking blown up. Jesus.
Yeah.
I like
I
his
wonder
physique,
how much
man.
he weighs right there.
I mean, fucking
260, 70, something like that.
Yeah, he competes at high 240, so I would assume. I mean, yeah, he could be 265, 270.
This is a physique. This is a physique you can take to the beach, and you're the shit. You know what I mean? Everyone's like, I want to look like this guy. Like,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I think he's a little bit past the beach physique, Ken.
No, I mean like
condition
No,
wise, condition.
I mean like as a bodybuilder, it's like a regular
Oh,
person
okay,
can
okay.
see him and say
Okay, I
like,
see what you're
wow, I want to look like that. Not like us, They're like, oh, these guys.
Okay, I see. I thought Ken was like, oh, this is the perfect beach body, If
No,
you want to
no,
wear
no,
some
no,
shorts, I'm like, damn.
Nah.
Okay, Ken.
His legs look a lot better.
It's still
forward.
very, very appealing to the general public.
It is. It is.
It's very appealing. Yeah.
I mean, we've been talking about Wesley for a while, like how much we prefer his physique, Remember, and he got the nod, He got the nod, which is dope. All right. What did we just say about
Oxygen?
Wait,
They announced two. It's not even just Samson. I don't know if you guys know about this, but Rubiel is also going to Oxygen. That was announced recently as well.
Yeah,
we did see that. Where can I find that?
AJ Robert Kelly.
Oh yeah, AJ.
Samson's confirmed to go to Oxygen.
This guy
He's already
AJ
there.
Kelly Robert, his voice is like so strange. Like he'll like film himself, like he'll film a live stream and then put it on his page here, and he's like super enthusiastic, like, oh, look at these guys, there's somebody.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I
I've never met this guy. I don't know anything about him, but
he's fucking huge, bro. He's huge. He's like 6'4", right?
Really?
Yeah, he's massive.
Super tall, big guy. Yeah.
What is his deal? Like, how is he involved in this sport
He's with he's with Fluot. He's on Fluot's podcast thing too.
I think originally he ran
MD.
the women's bodybuilding. He ran like a women's bodybuilding channel. I think he's one of those guys that just like
Oh yeah,
really
female
follows
bodybuilding
the,
channel. Okay.
he really follows the sport.
Like originally he was on the forums, MD forums, and he got popular from there. And then people at one point was like, because they would ask him, hey, they would see his, they were like, are you a big guy? Everybody like, I bet he's some small guy in his basement. And then he finally appeared on MD with Giles. What's that show was called? What was the show?
Giles Tiger. I don't know the show. But
well, Giles had a show on MD, and at first, the first season, they were
Global Muscle Radio.
Global Muscle. This is years ago. I don't know how long ago. I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, maybe. And then he was the original co-host, and that's when the first time people saw him in person. And they're like, "Holy fuck, this guy is bigger than all the fucking bodybuilders, right? Like structurally, at least." And then from there, they did like one season together, and then he went off did the female bodybuilding thing, and then now he's doing his own media thing. He's also working with Fuad, so he's a media personality. Let's say that he started from forums, so. For the most part,
no, this guy loves bodybuilding, man. I don't know anyone that he covers amateur and pro the same way. Like he watches everything, bro. Like I think he's definitely number one in my opinion when it comes to who knows what's really going on right now in the industry. Like,
well, he's definitely enthusiastic, but by the tone of his voice, or from what.
That's also what I like. He's not interested in like drama and beefs. He's literally just excited to talk about. He's trying to portray them as good as possible because that's what it's about. Like he actually loves the sport and he just wants to talk about the sport. He's not, you know what I'm saying? So he's focused on just covering the sport from amateurs to females to men to every division. Like he's really into it from every aspect. You know, he does love female bodybuilding though.
Yeah,
but he covered everything. Yeah. We should get him on a show.
That would be dope.
Yeah,
that would be super dope.
Get him on a show.
But to answer your question, I mean, Samson was wearing the oxygen gym shirt and everything, bro. They had like a whole panel with the studio and lights today. Like, I think he said something about the Dubai Pro. I don't know if he's doing it. I don't know if he confirmed, but he was talking about it in one of the interviews. I saw it on AJ's. Shout out to AJ. I saw it on his story. So that's where I got the info from.
Hey, Samson, what's up with this lip fight, bro? What's going on here?
Oh, hold on.
Uncomfortable.
He getting that money, bro.
Samson, I know this is some bodybuilding drama bullshit. Do you see where he blocked Milos, Chris Camille, and DJ or Dennis James?
No,
he blocked them.
Oh boy,
isn't that weird?
Oh boy.
Blocked him on Instagram.
That's very weird. That's very weird.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know why he did it, but I mean, they're not talking bad about him. They're just giving their opinion as they give with anybody. You know, I don't know. It is what it is. That's a bit strange to me, but they're all grown.
So I'll tell you what, that makes me look at him a little differently.
Bro,
he's blocking people like that, man.
I can't imagine if we went and blocked anybody who gives their opinion on whether it's our physiques or anything like that. You would block everybody then, right? Everybody would block. You know, I don't know.
Especially when it's your previous coach and Milos has not said anything bad about him publicly.
No, the opposite. He's still saying good things. Like when Quint was on, basically DJ and Cormier saying that, you know, he could be like a better version of Samson. Which I think is true. I think we all think that, you know, to a point. But like I could tell Milos he didn't want to say it. Whether he believed it or not, he didn't want to say it because he's trying to be, you know, respectful and he's trying to be, you know, he's not trying to be like disgruntled or anything like that. So he just didn't say that. You know, if anything, he was defending Samson, saying, no, Samson got bigger legs and Samson, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. It is what it is. I feel like this whole ordeal really affected Samson's like brand. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know him personally. I don't know who he is as a person, but from the general public, this is not a knock on him as a person because we don't know him. But the way he's viewed, you know, by the general public, I think it's not the same way he was viewed before, which is unfortunate because I think we all really like Samson. But
you just can't do that to the coach who helped you get where you are. Definitely. You know?
It was just a lot of emotions and a lot of like weird, kind of like almost petty behavior. Like, I don't know, all of it. It was weird. Taking the Instagram and with the whole body failing, and
So
it was too much. It was too much.
the sport is way too small to burn bridges that high.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Exactly what you just said.
That's it. But to go to this whole Kuwait thing, where do you guys think if Rubiel's going to do the Dubai Pro, him versus Andrew? Like, what do you guys think?
Wait,
Andrew.
Rubio versus that? I gotta go Andrew. Yeah, I gotta go Andrew with that.
Yeah.
I think Bonak is doing it too, possibly.
I don't know. He said Spain. I don't know about. I didn't know he said Dubai. I don't know.
If Samson did it, well, if Samson did it, then he would win, I guess, because he already beat Andrew.
Yeah. Samson's third, right? He doesn't need to requalify because he came third, right?
Yeah. He don't got to qualify. He's good to go.
Yeah.
Well,
Plus, he won like 6 shows after the Olympia last year.
he did. I forgot about that. He qualified like three times. All right, let's see what we got.
Hey, Justin, what are you playing around with there?
Oh, looks interesting.
Well, you can't see nothing.
not
Yes,
really.
I can.
Can you see something?
We can't see all. Oh, that's the secret. 290 with shredded glutes. Now we know.
Definitely. I have some questions for y'all after the podcast.
Oh, okay. We got some questions for you too.
Dan wants to know how much test you're taking to get to 290.
Fuck it.
Because we know it ain't 600.
Yo, Justin, who you had winning, Rafa or Tonio?
We're going all the way back to this, Tonio.
Just a friendly question.
Maybe he doesn't want to let it go, man. He doesn't want to let it go.
Yeah, that was bullshit. You know how I am about conditioning.
I didn't want to bring it too. I didn't want to bring it up too much when Tony was on because I don't want him to keep having to talk about that. Just out of respect, and also it's not. You don't want to say so much when it's your positioning. You got to be careful because I'm sure that the judges don't like that. If you're talking about somebody else, it's easier to have opinion, but you don't want to talk about your own placing so much, right? Just because keep things copacetic. So just take it on the chin. All right, you guys, everybody's good. You want to go to questions now? I'm trying to keep it like 2 hours maximum.
Yeah. I gotta eat now.
You right over there, Joe?
Yeah, I was about to say I haven't heard Joe talk once.
Oh, he's out of it.
Just struggling.
I told you, I'm doing shit.
I'm just here.
Hang in there, Joe. Hang in there a couple minutes.
You look good though, Joe. You look really good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The worse you feel is always the better you look anyway. So
Yeah.
100%. Unless you're me and you just feel like shit and look like shit anyways. All right. It's like you got to be mindful of why you feel like shit. Like I feel like in the past I was overtraining and I couldn't recover. So then I was like, that's like a different kind of fatigue, right? That's something you got to manage your recovery for sure. But like feeling no energy, that's part of the game.
I do want to say this about Joe though. I know you're only thinking about this one show, but dude, if you can after Cali, bro, I think you should keep going, man. Like they need to see your physique outside of the West Coast. Like
I'm
a big fan of your physique, Like I think you need to do extra shows, before you shut it down this year.
I mean, I plan on really shaking some things up at the Cal. I mean, I plan on winning. Like that's just my mindset. Like whatever happens, like I told Paul, say I qualify for Olympia, awesome, gonna do it. Say, life happens, situations happen, and I don't qualify, I'm just gonna shut it down because my job is to stand up against people, show where I'm at in the league, and then I don't want to waste time. I don't need to waste any more time. Like I did my job, I want to refine my look, and then because for me, if I don't win my first time, right, it's hard to do. It's not like it's a walk in the park. It's rare.
Yeah.
So again, being realistic, right? But I still believe that I could. If I can't qualify in that first show, I don't belong in the Olympia stage. So I'm not going to keep trying. I want that physique that like I am like in it. Like I want to be one of the guys that's like, okay, Joe's showing up, who can beat Joe kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where
I just
most shows I could do, I want to win to qualify. I don't want to just compete just to get my name out there. If my physique really stands out at the Cal like it should, then it's going to be out there anyways. Then people are going to want to see me more. So I'd rather just.
I think
I
one
agree.
thing you have going for you, Joe, is we have not seen a fucking Jay-like physique step on the
That's
stage
what I'm
in
saying.
how long. So like
That's what I'm saying.
you have like a kind of like
The structure,
I don't wanna
the
say-
shoulder,
Yeah.
the width, like his shoulder width, the way it comes in.
well, I'm saying
Joey-
like he's gonna have a presence that I don't think we've seen on stage in a while.
Yeah, the only reason why I'm saying it is because I think we can all agree that we would have all liked to see at least RPG do another show, even if he shut it down. Like, you're in prep, so you don't see it now. You don't see how good you look till you're done. You know, and that's why I'm just saying, like, it's not even about the Olympia. It's just like I've only seen your track record is only based in Cali right now. From a regional perspective,
I agree.
you're only on the West Coast. Like, people need to see your physique in other places. You know what I mean? Like, and I really
agree with
think
that.
you have it. You know what I mean? So even if it's just one more show, dude, I'm telling you, just focus on the Cal. Even if you win, I say at least do one more show before you shut it down.
If I win, then there's no doubt I'm not doing another show. If I win, that's why I said that shit down right now. Like, I'm all about making my best physique possible, and I don't want to waste time just doing a bunch of shows. Like, I'm trying to get to the O and be a top name as early as I can. So the more work I can put on my body, the more time I give it, the faster I can get there. So that's just not always.
Say like you and Justin together, like, you know what, we definitely didn't know what we needed to know. Would you consider doing another show then?
If Justin told me, yeah. Because he sees something like this is another thing I talked to Paul about yesterday, actually. I said, when it comes to my pro career, at least in the beginning, I want Justin to actually make a lot of the calls that I do. So the only reason I'm even doing this show was because he came down, visited me and Paul, and told me that I should do the Cal. He said that I have the physique to do some show like that. Outside of that, we haven't talked about any future plans, but I kind of left it in Justin's hand, at least in the first couple of years of my career.
Very smart. Right.
But the
You know why?
person to listen to.
Yeah, that's why. Because Justin's the kind of guy who's blunt. Like, if I'm not ready for a certain show, he'll tell me, and I won't do it.
He's not like me, Los, until you do every show just to do it.
Exactly.
Well,
yeah. So, like I said, like Justin tells me, like I have a good chance of winning a show like the Cal. He didn't tell me it's impossible. He said for sure top 3, winning or top 3. He said that's where he could see me fall with the physique that I had before I even pushed up even higher to 300 pounds. So whatever I got from that, I got from that. But he's gonna come down and see me in person peak week, and then I'm sure he'll tell me what he thinks from there. But yeah.
I've known Justin for longer than probably anybody on the podcast. Justin has never been wrong. I've never heard Justin say anything about a client and have not been 100% accurate. Everything he says happens literally on timing. So if they're the guy to listen to, it will be Justin, you know. And also, you don't think straight. You know what I'm saying? You don't think straight when you're in prep. So right now, if you're trying to do the thinking and be like, I'm going to do this show and this show, you're probably going to make the wrong call because, you know what I'm saying? You're at a point where you're so focused on the show, you can't even think straight. So Justin is always going to make the best call for you. So that's for sure. And also the amount of experience, like Joe is still very new to the sport, right? So, you know, as much as he knows that for much as he accomplished, he's still very new to the sport. So Justin's going to have a different perspective that he's seen it from every angle, you know, athlete, fucking coach, you know what I'm saying? He's been on every angle. So he's always going to make the best call. As far as what Ken is saying, I feel like both of you have good points. Like you're going to be in front of Sandy again, right? At some point, you know, you got to stand in front of Steve and Tyler and them, you know. So I can see you're looking at it as like doing more shows is not beneficial to like expediting the process. but I think it can be. I think having the physique is the majority of it. It's like 80-90% of it. But also there is a certain game to be played just for them to see you and know who you are. And that goes like Stu doing New York in front of Steve and getting second. What that did for his career is a lot. You know, Stu had the great physique, but him being there, what that's done, his eyes are on him now, and he wouldn't have got the opportunity if he didn't do New York and get that look. So I think there is something to be said about doing certain shows outside of muscle contests and being seen. You know what I'm saying? End of the day, it's gonna be up to you.
So, like for example, like I completely agree with Ken as well, just not in my rookie season. Like
I can see that.
My job is to step on the pro stage. You know, I've always hated that phrase, get your feet wet, but in this case, that's kind of what I'm doing. So again, like my goal is to win and make it to Olympia and like stand out in that way. But, you know, again, after that, but the next time I do step on stage as a pro, it's like where no matter what show I choose to do, I want to be that guy. It's like, oh shit, like this guy could win kind of thing. Not like, well, let's see how he does. Like, no, I'm excited. I want to be expected to win. So with that said, like that's when you'll see me do multiple shows, but not my rookie season. I'm just gonna try to see what I do, try to qualify, and then just not waste any time. Because this is all new muscle tissue. I've never been this heavy. I've never been this big. So my job moving forward is to refine my size and, you know, have that muscle stick a little longer and stuff. And just the look will be different with a little more time under my belt. Even if I didn't get any bigger, the quality of my look will just look better. I will get bigger, but again, it's not so much about putting on as much size as possible anymore. It's more about, you know, refining my look.
Facts, yeah.
You got a mulligan on your pro debut. That's what I think. You get a mulligan on your pro debut.
What does that mean?
Mulligan? You ever play golf?
Like a do-over.
Yeah.
Like a what?
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
Never mind. I don't want to.
We're not civilized people here. We're not civilized people here. So can you bring it on a peasant level? You know?
No, just Google it. I don't feel like explaining it.
I think it's like basically it's like a free shot. It's like
okay, yeah. I get what you're saying. It's like your rookie day, your pro debut is kind of like you get to like Nick did the Chicago.
Pressure's off.
Like,
but I think it's only if you go after your if you go right after. Say if I would have done turn pro at nationals and then went straight and did Detroit or something like that. You know, I think it's a little different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now making how I feel if everybody should be trying to win. I gotta be honest. Like I don't really want to hear, even if you think that this person is a top Olympian, whatever, cool. I don't think you should prep for a show to lose. I don't think that should ever be the mindset. I think that's a dangerous mindset to have. Personally, that's just my, you know, some people might disagree. But that being said, also, I think it's important to make an impact, right? Like I said, what Stu did, like you showing that, oh, listen, I'm somebody not to be fucked with, right? So even if let's say you get second, third, but everybody's like, holy fuck, that guy, you know, like John Jewett did that in Legion, coming from 212, so he like knew the open, and no, he didn't win, but it's like, holy fuck, that guy is going to the Olympia next year. You still got the job done, and I think Joe kind of said that, like, oh, you know, I want to go to Olympia. So if you come in Cali and everybody like, oh, look at that Joe guy, that guy's a problem, or he's gonna qualify. If he keeps going this year or next year, he's gonna qualify. And then if you shut it down from there, that's fine, because it's like, cool, I know what I have to do to win next time. And then I think that's what Joe is getting at, right?
I'm trying to close the gap as big as possible. So, like, say I'm close, that doesn't matter to me. Like, my goal is to win, right? I don't want it to come down to where it's close. Like, well, you know, closing the gap means my opportunity, my probability of winning is a lot higher. So if I do whatever shows, like, I'm more likely to win the multiple shows I try to do compared to I'm a rookie going in. It's like, fuck, if I couldn't win this one. Because I see certain shows on a certain level, right?
Yeah.
I do see the Cal, depending on who shows up, but 9 times out of 10, I would say it's like on the third tier level. Like there's second tier.
Not this year.
Depends on who shows up.
Yeah, this year.
It's a little higher this year than last year, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So for me, I'm like, okay, I see myself right there, so I see
Yeah.
myself winning this. But like, for example, if I did the New York Pro, I mean, shit, I know I'm not going to beat those at least the first top 3 or 4. Like I know that, and it's like, so okay, I'm only competing at a show like this because worst comes to worst, I get 2 really big names, and I can still at least place third in my head, kind of thing.
Yeah, I
Even though I'm
understand.
trying to win.
And
So,
like you said,
and
there's
that's
no right or
why I
wrong.
told Justin the show I would want to do is Cal if he felt I was ready, and he
Yeah.
agreed with me.
And Joe, I mean, you're correct. You know, there's no right or wrong answer to this
Mhm.
question. I think my own thought process of thinking this through is like you said, like you don't see yourself, like, for example, you don't need size, bro. Like you're just as big as everyone else. You know what I mean? So
No,
like,
that was the goal of this last offseason, where
yeah,
size was.
yeah. So like for me, it's like, you know, you go to the Cal, and then if you go to another state, say like New York or Texas or something, you know, even if you don't win, I do think that those shows, first off, there's a lot more coverage on those shows, which means, you know, you're going to be in the conversation your next year, as well as what that's going to do for your career. Because now it's not like when we were in the MPC where it's just about winning. This is your career. Like your pro debut sets the tone for how your career trajectory goes, right? So like for someone like you, if you can prove that you're making first call outs in your first few shows, career-wise, that is going to do a lot for your career, you know, versus, you know, taking another 2 years to try and win another Cal show. So that's where I'm looking at it from. You know, I have no question, I have no doubt that most of you guys on this pod, I've told you guys in the past in the DMs, Stu, Joe, we're all going to be at the Olympia at some point in the future, you know. But what I'm talking about is the trajectory of your career right now. You know, I think that at least doing one more show away from the Cal, a show that has, you know, because Muscle Contest, they're great shows, but like you don't really know the results. You don't even get the stage photos. You don't see anything. You know what I mean? So like going to another show that under different judges, under a different set of people, locals that go to that place, it's going to do a lot for your career as a pro. Because I've seen you, you know, we all follow each other, and like I'm telling you, Joe, like you have it. You know what I mean? You don't see yourself, but I don't see you placing out of a top 5 call out, you know, at a regular show, as long as like an Andrew Jack or, you know, all those guys don't show up, you know, top 6. So that's why I'm just saying that, you know, but there's no right or wrong answer. I think that, you know, it's smart to put it in Justin's hands and just see where it goes.
Now think about this. I win the Cal, and then I go against the best in the whole world my second show, and then I'm compared to everybody with all the judges.
Joe, you're aware that I'm doing the Cal, right?
Oh, he knows. Oh, he knows. He's prepared. He's
Just making
prepared.
sure.
He's prepared. No,
Like,
no,
Kennedy,
like,
are you done glazing, or are you going to continue?
You
no,
know,
no.
Stu, I told you already, Stu. You're gonna make it to the Olympia this year.
Don't start glazing me.
I believe in
that's
every
not what
single
I
one of
was
you
asking
guys.
for,
I
dude.
believe in every single one of you guys, bro. Like,
God.
trust me.
Really?
I believe in the tooth fairy.
No, he's right. There's no right or wrong way to go about it. I think both ways are going to get the job done. I mean, he could do Cal, shut it down, make improvements, and it's just going to happen on the back end next year.
Can I give my perspective on this? Like,
Yeah.
so, like, last year was my first, you could call it my rookie season, even though it wasn't a pro debut. Got a couple decent placings. This year, I'm doing more shows because honestly, I want to go and get some checks out of this. You know,
Yeah.
I want to make some money. And no, I am not. I don't expect to win. Honestly, any of the shows that I'm going into, because I don't know how it will be judged. I don't know who will show up, but like I kind of want to position myself as what I like to call a journeyman bodybuilder, like not like a
Ooh.
master where, like, you know, they're at the Olympia consistently and placing the top 10. You know, that's a different level. I'm not there yet, but like if I can consistently do shows and consistently be in the mix, then maybe I'll get lucky eventually, you know.
That sounded very humble, too humble maybe, but Talk.
I
I
needed to
think-
change the tone after Joe. So.
Me personally, like I kind of want to hear people talk that talk because I think it does make a difference, bro. I think the physique, the physique will do the talking, but I feel like you gotta feel that way, man. I don't know, but we also come from sports, so like you gotta have that mindset that I don't want to see you come into the show like, I want to see you come into the show. It's gonna be different, bro. Your workouts are gonna be different. Though I don't know. That's just my opinion.
That's what, okay.
I
I was
agree.
just gonna say
I agree.
that. I was gonna say that there is. I mean, fuck. Paul has seen me push myself to the fucking limit, but in my head, I convince myself that if I don't work as hard as I push myself, that I don't deserve to win. So if I'm putting in all that fucking work, there's like, I can't help but believe I'm gonna fucking win because I wouldn't be able to push myself so far if mentally I'm like,
100%, Hunter.
that's myself.
I gotta.
Mhm.
Everybody's brain works differently, man. So I'm not gonna sit here and tell Stu he should be more confident.
My brain
that's
don't
another
work
thing.
at all right now, dude.
Yeah. I know with myself, if I don't believe that I'm going to win or able to win, I'm not able to dig as deep as I need to dig to get the job done. That's the only way to motivate me. If I'm fighting for top 5, that's not. This is a big sacrifice. I'm gonna sacrifice all of this for top 5. That's not enough motivation for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, not that I need motivation to be disciplined, but to push my absolute hardest, I gotta be able to win it. There's no other way. That's the only way I can really say I'm giving it every ounce of me. But that's how my brain works. That's how Joe's brain works. You know, everybody's different. You know, some people that might fuck them up. That might be like, oh, this is too much. Like, I don't want to feel like I'm that. You know, I don't know. So everybody's different.
Here's the real question: which one's on more Halo? Because we can kind of tell the difference.
I started 10 milligrams 2 days ago.
Yeah, Joe's on 40. I can tell.
Are you, Joe?
No, I just started 3 days ago, but it's not 40.
Oh, okay.
But it's not 10. You see how I say he didn't say
But it's
I see.
Happy medium.
It's not 40, it's 60.
I see what's going on. All right, let's get to the questions. That was kind of like a random conversation, but that was good.
But it's a
That's
good
what
one
we do
though.
on
Get Joe
here.
talking.
It was good. Yeah, Joe, we got Joe into it now because Joe was nodding off. All right.
I really was. Oh well, once you guys put attention on me, I'm not going to be a jackass.
Yeah.
What you must not have took one of those kratom drinks today.
I did it.
You
I
see?
did it. I did it.
That's
And
the
why I told you. I was so fucking disappointed in this shit. I was like, fuck.
But we're not gonna say the brand though. Just you know.
Yeah, just know that the other one's way better.
Oh man. What's up with Zayd's toes? What's up with your toes, Zayd?
Okay.
My toes?
Yeah, but I don't think I've seen your toes. Is there something wrong with your
There's
toes?
nothing wrong. No, I told you
Oh.
about the story where my foot got stuck in the elevator.
Oh, so
I got-
your toes might be a little strange looking.
Look like ground
Yeah.
beef.
Oh, shit.
More like, I
Vito.
don't know. No, definitely not worse than Vito.
All right. Pancake ass, but nice rack, or flat rack, but nice ass.
That's
I'm
not
an
a
ass
question.
guy. Ass guy.
Ass
Yeah.
all the time.
Obviously, number 2.
I think
Yeah,
every
rack-
fucking guy's gonna say that. Flat
I don't-
rack, nice.
I don't really need boobs. I gotta be
I
honest. I mean,
feel like if you even had to think about that, you're a little suspect.
Yeah.
like nice boobs could be like a good accent, good compliment, but I don't need boobs like that. You know, I don't do it for me.
Boobs are like an added bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, I would prefer it not be too big. I want you to be able to wear a dress without a bra and just be hanging out, just titties hanging out like that, you know. But if they're too big, you can't do that, you know.
Draws attention. Yeah.
Yeah.
And almost like even just like it's not even their fault or anything, but like just standing there, like it looks like they're making a scene. you know?
Yeah, it does.
It's like just like everyone in the room just knows. It's like
Exactly.
you can't ignore it. It's right there.
You
Yep.
can't. Now, if I'm on like MPP or trend, I kind of go like a new appreciation for some boobs, but that's not my first pick, you know. All right. What else we got? What's the heaviest? What's the heaviest hack squat anybody's tried? We don't
I
try.
think it's different. I think it's different. All hack squats are different, so it's kind of like
Way,
bro.
way,
Hey,
way
bro,
different.
I trained
Cybex
with a-
one is the heaviest, isn't it?
yeah. Cybex.
I was just gonna say Cybex is the one that's
Yeah.
What
Wait.
brand is
It's
the one I
one
used the other day, Paul?
I don't know. He used one at Metroflex Long Beach yesterday. I got on that motherfucker with one plate. I was like, dude, take one off. Like,
Is
it was
it
heavy as fuck.
Maxi Cam? Was it a Maxi Cam?
I don't know. Yeah,
It's hard
it was
to-
it was an old school one for sure. It was heavy as fucked up.
The Maxi Cam leg press and hack squats are 45 degrees, and they had them back at my old college gym, and they're brutal. Like they are
I think
heavy.
it is. It's like 45 degrees for
Yeah.
sure. It's like
Yeah.
crazy.
The pussiest one out there is the Atlantis. I think it's the Atlantis.
They
It's
have
got
that one
big
too.
ass
giant
one.
sled. It's like a 20 degree or 25 degree incline. You're
Really?
like, yeah, it's very odd. And
Which one, Zayd? Which one is at Gold's Venice in the second room?
Flex.
Is that
Flex,
the one?
Yeah.
Flex.
That one, I could do a shit ton of weight on that one, but I can't do that. When
So
I do
smooth.
Arsenal, it is. Arsenal is heavy, but not in a good way. Not heavy.
Bro,
to the-
I hate Arsenal leg equipment. It hurts.
and the padding is just obscene
Bro.
too. Like
See-
it should be hitting your no.
Which one? The one at Fit Nation is heavy, but in a good way. It's smooth, but not light. Arsenal is uncomfortably heavy, and it's like, why? Like my knees hurt and all. It's like, and everybody uses a band because it actually makes sense on the Arsenal when they use a band. I just can't get myself to use a band, but but that one is just, I'm not a fan of that. So, but it is heavy as fuck. I'll say that.
Cybex is the best, period.
Yeah, I say if you can do 6
Yeah,
plates
Cybex,
or more on a
100%.
Cybex, you're a man.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah.
Yeah,
That's the
that's
best one.
cool.
Woo,
I
close
passed, I
one.
passed the test.
Thanks,
Which one?
Justin.
Which one?
Fit Nation.
Yeah, I was gonna say which one is the Fit Nation one. What brand is that?
I'm not sure.
Oh, that's an Icarian. That's a good one, but you can load a lot of plates on it.
Oh, the
So
one
that's
Fit
like-
Nation.
Yeah, I've seen the video.
I saw when I would see Joe on it with a bunch of plates. I'm like, that shit must be light, right? I could probably.
Can't you
Might
hold
be
the
light.
bottom like pegs?
You could. I
Like
don't.
unlocks from the bottom.
Okay.
Oh no.
No,
The Fit
no.
Nation one's up top. But yeah, the most
It
I
was-
did on the Fit Nation one was 9 for 10 reps and no band straight up, and that shit was fucking heavy.
It was actually heavy. So I've only used that high squat once. I assumed it was on the lighter side because I'm like, Joe be putting 9 plates. That's a lot of plates. You know what I'm saying? So look, it's probably light. And I tried it. No, it was definitely heavy. It was definitely heavy. You know, so that one, the most I've done without a band was at Gold's NoHo. I don't know what brand it was, but we used to do, I think it was 8 plates for sets of 10. And that one was like, it was definitely on the lighter side. With the Arsenal, I can't do more than 6. I can't do more than 6 for sets of 10. So that kind of tells you like they're the big range. You
It's
know?
not great, man. I don't know how those things were tested with the Arsenal. Like it reminds me of those old school hack squats, those knee buster ones. You know, the
Yeah.
ones that like you go into it and all you just feel is knees. You don't even feel
It's
quad.
straight-
You know,
straight knee,
it's just
knee
straight
workout.
knee. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
knee workout.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, that the high squat at Fit Nation fucks my knees up pretty fucking bad. That's
you
why I
also-
can only get like.
you also
I
go
can
pretty
only
heavy.
go low.
that's why I don't the only
Even at like 6 plates, you start to feel it in your knees. I think Paul feels it in his knees too.
Really?
Right
that's
after
why
5.
the Cybex is the only one that I feel completely in the quad, no matter how heavy I go. You know,
Yeah.
there's not a lot of good hack squat brands out there.
As long as I do extensions and leg press first, my knees are good to go. But if I try to do extensions and go straight into hack squats or any kind of squat nowadays, my knees are going. So Well, we also would be a lot stronger if we just walked in the gym and started with hack squats, but we don't. We're not trying to be
I
strong,
physically
man.
can't, bro.
I
Like
can't either.
I physically can't. I'll tear a quad tendon like right away.
For sure.
For sure.
My knee would
All
just
right.
fly off. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, just over with.
Have you guys been following the Kendrick Drake beef? We're talking
Yeah,
dating battles.
I have now.
Dude,
I have now.
Kendrick never releases music, and he released 3 songs in 24 hours shitting on Drake.
That's crazy.
It's fucking amazing.
You got well, when it first started, I was like, I don't care about this shit. But then as it's picking up, I'm like, oh, okay, that's not bad. So now I'm starting to get into it. At first, I'm like, who cares? Then I'm like, that wasn't bad. Yeah. Well, because now it's getting personal. Now I'm like,
are the songs just on YouTube or no?
well,
yeah.
Kendrick's now. The last 2 are on. The first one, Euphoria, was on Apple Music, but these last 2, you don't want to release that on Apple Music. It's too personal. There's gonna be lawsuits. So keep that shit on YouTube because he's talking about his son, some kind of mysterious daughter.
But what caused
mom,
what caused the beef though? What caused the beef?
It started out with it was a J. Cole and Drake song. What was it called?
Big Super Bowl, Big 3. First person shooter.
First person shooter. And Kendrick thought that the 2 of them were sneak dissing him in that song, like indirectly. And then they started going back and forth. J. Cole bowed out wisely because he doesn't want to end his career. And the last man standing for now is Drake, and he's just getting demolished.
Bro, let's be real, bro. You know how long it takes to make 3 fucking songs? Kendrick had that shit ready to go. He had that shit ready to go a long time ago. Okay, Drake is trying to make it on the fly. That's why he's taking so long. So this beef was brewing already for a long time. So you know what I'm saying? This is it's like the excuse to like finally I got you.
It's just premeditated.
Dude, Meet the Grams, dude. If you listen to that song, like the guy, he tears apart his entire dysfunctional personal life. It was really personal and like incredibly well done, obviously, because Kendrick is so good. But like, I was like, my mouth was open. It was incredibly well done. Bravo, Kendrick.
I gotta listen to it after this.
Yeah, I mean, if Drake wasn't so ingrained in the industry, like this would probably end his career. But he's kind of untouchable.
Yeah, he's untouchable.
Now it's gonna. The only thing that the people who this matters to, a lot of them already don't really fuck with Drake anyways like that, right? The people who really listen to this kind of rap and these kind of bars, they're not the biggest Drake fans to begin with. So it's like he's gonna keep his fans anyways, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like he's a pop star at this point. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's like if he was like a full-time rapper that was known for just lyrics and just he's big on the, you know what I'm saying? He's more so a pop star. So if you're a pop star, you're still gonna keep your career. You know, that's the only thing.
Like that's why I'm wondering, like, what were you thinking going after Kendrick Lamar? I mean, dude,
listen,
your depth.
Meek Mill is one man. Kendrick is a whole different beast, and he's so smart. It's not gonna be like, oh, I got a bigger house than you and my watch and these girls. It's gonna be so deep. You're gonna wish you didn't say.
Well, you know, another one you wouldn't want to go after is J. Cole.
You would not want to. He bowed out because
there's a mutual respect between those two, which is why like they apologize and they're good, right? Mm-hmm. But man, go listen to Meet the Grams after we're off here. It's fucking wild.
I think if we're just talking lyrics, I think J. Cole is actually better than Drake and Kendrick. Just playing lyrics. He's too nice of a guy, though. I think he's too nice of a guy to ever actually get that personal or that, because Drake is petty, and Kendrick apparently can get very personal. Not ever seeing that now, but J. Cole is just I don't know. He's not that kind of guy. He was way too nice to actually, but he could, if he was that angry, I think he could take on Kendrick. You know,
I think like you said, bro, he was very, very smart pulling out of that shit. Because
I think so. Why get involved?
Why get involved? That's exactly it. It's like, why get involved?
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if it wasn't a sneak diss against them. You know what I mean? So why keep it going if that's not what the case was?
Yeah, because it's very evident, right, that right now that Drake and Kendrick have some shit going on behind the scenes for some time.
Yeah.
And if J. Cole doesn't feel that way, don't get involved, because this is something they got to duke it out. They're gonna have to fight or do something to get the out their system. They're gonna have to handle that or have a conversation. If you're not a part of that, just bow out and go along your way. Don't be in the middle of that.
I just think the best part of this though is like Kendrick has not released music in ages, and then he's just like, "Oh, you're gonna talk shit? Okay, let's do this."
Yeah.
It was like the motivation he needed to get back in the studio.
Yeah,
right there.
It was.
That cracks me up.
Writer's block just vanished overnight.
And just like
vanished.
fuck this Drake guy. Got him going.
What helped Drake with his previous beefs, like with Meek, is that he's funny, he's witty, and he's petty. And that's like, but it's more of like you laugh at it. Right? It's like, oh shit, that was smooth. Meek is different. When it comes to, I don't think he thought Kendrick would get this personal. I felt like he think it was gonna be more like almost like lighthearted.
The tone is totally different now.
So you know what I'm saying? I don't think Drake can handle this level of disrespect. I think like if it's lighthearted, petty, I think he's funnier than Kendrick. He could say like, because he was talking about he was short. You wear a size 7 sneaker. That's funny and it's petty, but it's not really that personal of a diss, right? No, it's like, okay, I'm short, but who gives a fuck if I'm short? It makes no difference.
Dude's gonna ruin your career, dude.
Exactly my point. So
size
if that's
size 7 means your sneakers are cheap too. That's
exactly. Well,
Hit size,
if the best you got is that, the point where Kendrick took it, I don't know if Drake got anything on him to go that deep,
dude. No, because like, dude, he's like attacking him as a deadbeat father, and like he's got like pedophiles on his team and shit. Like it's bad.
Well, that one time he was, what's that girl from Stranger Things, Millie Bobby? That's her name. You know that girl from 11. You know 11.
11.
Yeah.
11.
Yeah, because I don't know. Maybe he didn't know her age, but he had a picture with her and was like, I forgot what the word he used. I don't know if it was sexy or beautiful. He said he made a comment that didn't sound very appropriate to talk to like a 17-year-old. So that alone, people was like, that was weird. But apparently that's kind of like he doesn't have that barrier, So which I wouldn't be surprised. Not that he's done anything bad. I wouldn't be super shocked. Yeah, the man is 38, and he's dating 20, 21-year-olds. So that's not that far fetched.
Maybe this is all just a mirage, a distraction from the P. Diddy shit, which I wasn't even following. But
that's a whole different.
Drake's staying power is just insane. Like,
he's been around for like 15 years now.
Forever, bro. Forever.
Yeah,
forever.
He's been. Hey, Michael Jordan. You know how Michael Jordan, once he retired, he was out the limelight, because he was like, you're in the limelight long enough to become the villain or become hated. People love you, love you, love you. You stay there too long, people will hate you. So you're on top for 15 years. At some point, you just gotta bow out, or somebody is gonna take you the fuck out. Some shit is gonna come out. That's why we never had. Oh, Michael Jordan, it comes out that he likes to go to fucking whorehouses or some shit like that because he's just out the limelight. Try not to stay in the limelight for too long. 15, 20 years, that's more than long enough. Just bow out, That's how life goes.
Alternatively, never get in the limelight. Be a bodybuilder. No one will know who you are.
Nobody even know. You gotta think it. Okay, tips for dealing with acid reflux in the off season. Not using any orals right now. 241 body weight. Thanks for.
You see these? Those are antacid tablets. They
Tums?
are amazing. Yeah, just like generic Tums. Yeah, just calcium carbonate. I get acid reflux in prep because.
Yo, me too.
So what I think is going on is like your food's super high in the off season. It starts coming down, and I think your stomach produces a certain amount of acid to break down all the food that you're eating. Start bringing it down, and it doesn't adjust quite fast enough. So and maybe you're putting hot sauce on your food and you're eating a bunch of fish. It digests quickly, and like there's extra acid, so it starts coming up. That's my totally bro sciencey
That makes a lot of sense, actually. We were
theory
just talking
about
about this.
Wow,
because I don't get it in the off season.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
that was some top notch bro science right there, dude. Good shit.
I have no idea if that's true. I mean, if it's
Yeah.
really fucking bad, like you're gonna need to get some omeprazole or some like a proton pump inhibitor, which you can get over the counter now. Like Nexium is a proton pump inhibitor. Mine's never been bad enough that I needed that. If I take one of those, like a half of one, it just goes away.
It's also this guy's in. I mean, these questions. This guy's in off season, so like, how much food is he actually pushing? We don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't think I've never gotten acid reflux off season. I don't believe.
We should
Man,
ask.
I thought we didn't answer questions for people that are under 250.
Justin, Zayd is under 250.
I know.
we don't ask these questions either.
we just ask him, like, what the fuck did you mean by that, Zayd? Why did you say that? We get confused.
Coming soon,
Almost
coming
250,
soon.
dude. Almost right there.
Couple more weeks before Zayd can ask questions.
Tell you guys, 3 years, man. 3 years. Zayd is gonna make you all pay for this shit, man.
You were 248 on Wednesday. You're not 250 yet?
Yeah.
Not
You
yet,
ain't catch it. You gotta, but by next week, you gotta be there.
Yeah, if you're not 250 by next Wednesday, it's a week, bro. There's something wrong.
It's too long. Yeah, you gotta do
It's
something.
wait, it was by the cal, right? Like,
Yeah, by
he
the
has to
cal.
be
By the
heavier
cal.
than me
Yeah.
by the cal.
Yeah.
Wait, what are you at? What's the heaviest you've been, Zayd?
So far, 246 to 48.
Oh, shit,
So if
okay.
he's
That's-
not 250 by Cal, he has to be put on mute while he's on the podcast for a month.
Yeah. It sounds good to me. That sounds good.
Sitting time out with a dunce cap on.
Also,
Yeah.
it gotta be
I just
fasted.
want you to know, Justin Wyatt, like, bro, sometimes weight does not mean how muscular someone is. You know?
He called you your full name,
Full name.
Justin Wyatt.
Yeah.
That's like a
bad
so listen
rule,
here,
right?
motherfucker.
I'll have you know, Justin Wyatt.
Hey man,
You can be as heavy as you want. You still got beat by a light heavy, bro. So by bodybuilding
we going there.
I
We
beat
going
the guy
there.
who beat you.
Debatable.
So what does that say? I don't have to be that big to beat you, or someone like you, dude. I promise you. Sometimes
That was-
muscle insertions would do everything that you needed to do. Bubbliness, how you look
Heavy
on
shots, man.
stage, is what it takes.
That was
It's true, bro. It's really
that
true. Weight
that was
does not
debatable.
mean nothing. All these dudes, the willing Olympias, are all from the 212, bro. The last two Mr. Olympias we have are light heavies and 212. What does
Zayd,
that say?
you're
not
not
light heavies.
wrong,
They're-
but you
they're
didn't
not
have
light
to
heavies.
say it like that.
Not
No,
like
I'm just saying because you guys give me shit. When I say it's you, it's not. It's the same. I'm just saying, like,
Zay
I'm
had enough.
not anywhere.
you
far
guys
as
have pushed
bro.
Zayd to
I
this. You guys have
promise
pushed Zayd too much.
See, it all
That's-
started from Ken talking about his Buddha deal. The K was like, next time some shit happens,
I'm letting it go. No. I mean, listen.
listen. It's all love. I don't mean disrespect, but I'm just saying to you guys, we gotta stop showing these fucking online viewers that weight on the scale determines someone's muscularity, bro.
I
I'm
got
one
beat
of the
by
best legs
Tonio.
right here on this podcast, and I'm the lightest. So what does that say to you, 290? You know what I'm saying? I don't have to be 290 to have the biggest legs.
But what
I'm
if
just
you
saying
were?
it's not about your weight all the fucking time. If you step away from that mindset, maybe you'll improve one day.
Zayd, are you on
you
Halo?
know?
It sounds like
Yeah, now we're talking about Halo.
I'm
He's
not
on
on
50
Halo.
milligrams.
I'm not on Halo, not yet.
You just had
No.
enough. You just had enough of you guys, man. That's just what it is.
No,
now.
no, it's true, bro. It's true. I'm not a small guy. I can't wait to meet you guys at the Cal. I really can't.
Now there is some.
But
There is a.
I understand that, when you're a new pro, you have to prove yourself and all that bullshit. I get it. It's all love. But whenever we're on that stage, dude, you better fucking run. We better fucking run because I promise, very few people on this podcast are gonna beat me when I'm on stage. Very few, maybe one or two.
You competing in
I'm just
25?
Yeah.
You taking the year off, right, Justin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Justin,
Well,
Fit Nation Classic, bro.
Let's
New York
line
Pro.
this up.
I need
Now-
to see. I
Oh,
need to
oh.
see this now.
I see where you're going with this too. I like
New
it.
York
Yeah.
Pro, New York Pro 2025 Fit Nation Classic.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone
We're
show
all
up.
doing it
New
too.
York.
I'm bowing out. I don't want to embarrass anybody.
Nah,
Now-
Stu, I need you there, man. Stu, I need you there, man.
I'll
I
come
need you there.
watch.
New York Pro 2025, man.
As a fellow Nigerian, I will come and support.
Now,
Fit Nation
now,
Classic.
all that being said, weight does matter. Weight still does matter. I mean, Derek and Hadi were 212 guys, but if they were competing at 212 at the Open, they wouldn't be 1 and 2. They're still in the 230s. So
They're
they're also 5'5". So that's the difference. You are 5'9", Zayd. You don't have to be 290 or 300, but the scale is going to matter. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
Zayd looks a
Like-
lot bigger than he actually weighs, though. He's one of those
He
weird
does.
guys who's like not
He
a
does.
black guy, and he's reasonably tall for a bodybuilder, like average 5'9" ish, right?
Yeah.
But he looks bigger than a light heavyweight who's 5'9". You know, usually those guys
Of
look
course.
stringy. You know,
of course,
if I was 5'9", 198, I would look like a child on stage.
Mhm.
Like, I look terrible.
Of course, yeah, but we can't act like in the pro ranks that the scale doesn't matter, because it does
Yeah.
to a certain extent. Like you're still gonna have to be heavy. You know, you're not gonna be able to like be 250
Of course,
max.
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people who have done really good in the open class being sub 250. We just are so meatheads. We don't want to accept that, but it's the truth. Yeah, that's why last time I was asking you guys, if I'm competing at 240, does that mean I have to be 300 in the off season every time to compete?
No, not every time, but you're not gonna be 240 and shredded if you're 250 in the off season. It doesn't work that way. And the first time you get there, you're gonna have to lose a lot more weight than you think, especially at your height 5'9". For you to be legit shredded at 240, bro, you may have to be 290 just to get there. So that's
it depends how you get there. If you keep climbing up the scale, but you're not considering body composition, that's true. But if you keep climbing up with decent body composition, you do not need to drop that much.
Right.
I promise.
That means
The
you'd
question
have
is,
to
how
be
long
like
is it gonna take you to get there?
you'd have to be like
Huh?
a Roman Fritz sitting at like 265, 270.
It doesn't,
in your
yeah.
off-season. Yeah,
It
no,
don't-
most people aren't like that. Most people aren't.
It
No,
don't-
of course. Normally, it's the opposite way. I agree with you guys.
Yeah.
You have to get a little chubby to get huge, right?
Especially since you're taking such a long off season, like you're gonna get
Exactly.
fatter than you
Exactly.
typically would, because you competed every year so far, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Don't-
I mean, it
Okay.
doesn't mean you'll be totally out of striking distance, but like what did you drop in your last prep to get down to the light heavies?
I dropped from 238 to 198.
Okay, so that's 40 pounds. And were you
I made
fat when you
weight,
started
and then I
that?
started eating. I made weight immediately. I started eating and drinking water nonstop.
Were you fat at 238 or decent? Like,
I was all right. I looked like what a 14 weeks out look.
Didn't you say though
Okay,
you
so-
don't use a lot of gear in the off season before?
any?
I never had an off season. This is my first one.
That's okay.
And
So
I don't use drugs between shows. That's correct. Is that what you meant? Yeah.
that's the whole
But
point. though.
that's why I'm trying to tell you, like, there's a lot of room for me to improve,
Mhm.
and I promise
Okay.
you guys, I won't let you down. You'll see me at my biggest each and every time. But at the same time, like, how much can I gain in one fucking year?
A
Yeah.
lot, bro. You can gain a lot in 1 year. Like your first
I
off
put on
season, bro.
28 pounds of stage weight in 1 year.
Bro, your first off season, when you're trying to grow, you're not going to be lean after 3 years of bulking, and nor should you care if you're lean or not. right? Because that's not the goal here. You're not going to be
Yeah.
270 lean if you've never been 280 soft. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to just grow and stay lean unless you're Wyatt, you know. But most people, you're going to have to put on some fat, and you can't be scared to do that, because when your goal is to grow into the pro ranks, you can't be fearful of putting body fat. You just have to be like, I'm going to put on muscle. So you don't want to be so lenient and be like, oh, as long as I'm 265 in good shape, you know, you're gonna have to be as heavy as it needs to be to put on the size, regardless of the condition. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the difference. You know what I'm saying? Whereas you're not gonna be like Hottie and be shredded at 250 and then come in at 230. It's gonna be a different process. And then we're speaking from experience of already being 290 or 300, so we understand how the weight kind of fluctuates. But if you haven't been that heavy, you got to understand that so much water weight and all these drugs is going to, you know, it's going to be different. You can't expect to just lose 20, 30 pounds and be in shape. You may have to lose 40, 50 pounds just to get in shape, but that's okay. You know, it's part of the process of being that heavy. There's going to be more to lose, you know. I'll see Janicki 290 lean, and he still has to get down to 245, 250.
Hey, Janicki's doing Toronto, or not Toronto, Vancouver. Yeah, shit, I'll probably see him there.
Yeah, he's doing Vancouver. Yeah. That's going to be fun. But yeah, you're still going to have to lose more weight than you think just because you're so heavy. But you definitely have to get heavy, you know, to some extent. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Honestly, I think at 245 shredded, I can do good. Not the best. So. Maybe I might not win. But I'll be in the first call, bro. I get really shredded.
245 shredded is good, but
that's
245 shredded, 245 shredded at 5'9". That means you got to be like 275, 280.
Well, I mean, Joe hit
the USA's at 20.
Joe hit 290 before they pulled him back.
Yeah.
Joe hit 290, 292 before they pulled him back, and he's at about 245 right now. He'll be on stage around 245. Yeah. So I mean, that right there puts into
perspective. Without me being so Justin pushed me up to 296 pounds. That was Justin's call. I added the last 6 because I was so close to 300 pounds.
Paul told us that last week. It's so funny.
I only got that heavy because Justin got me to 296. And I just wanted to beat Paul and say I was 300 pounds because Paul missed it by petty. So that was all driven because I'm petty. So those last 6 pounds, that wasn't Justin, but 296 was all Justin. He wanted me there. So I only went as heavy as Justin really wanted me to, and then that last week was bullshit. So
yeah, but like I said, getting back to retrospect, he hit 296, with Justin, and he's going to be 245 on stage shredded around that weight. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I mean that's in the perspective where you need to be if you want to be 245.
Yeah, I think no one's trying to.
Another way to look at it is that if you were 230 when you started and you dropped that much weight, if you get to 300, those almost like the weight that you lose is almost like double. If that makes sense. Like 1 pound of you losing the weight is like us losing 2 or 3. And it's just kind of how it happens.
It's gonna add up.
Fat, all that stuff. Yeah.
And the fluctuations are bigger when you have a bigger body because the difference between flat and full might be like 6 pounds, which is huge swings. Yeah, because I've been swinging between 250 and 255 for the last 3 weeks, feeding up, coming down, feeding up. It's just zigzagging, right? That's what my preps usually look like. And
this is my first time being this heavy too. I've never been this heavy before.
Really? Oh shoot! I thought you.
I only got up to right at 278, 280 last time.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And is your nose bleeding every time you deadlift?
No nosebleeds.
Okay, good.
90% of guys, if you're gonna compete at 245 shredded, you're gonna have to be over 290 at some point. Yeah. That's 90% of guys. There's gonna be exceptions.
Unless you're top tier genetics, unless you're Phil Heath genetics.
Sean Roden comes to mind. Yeah. When he's skinny fat, and then he just like you, Zaid. I wonder if this is an LA mindset or something, but I think he was completely natural and off everything in the off season.
He was, yeah.
But even off season training, and then
even Sean Roden off season no gear is 260, at least 260, 270. He's
a big dude,
He's
and big. What did he probably compete 235, 240? I don't really remember.
like 240. He was in the 240, 245 range.
But like,
no, not even.
you know,
He won the Olympia at 238. He wasn't even 240. But like,
insane.
we can't compare ourselves to the one percenters. You know, we're not them, so we got to do what most people have to do to be there. Phil could be 245 and get up to 270 and be 245, but that's not most people. Most people are getting
the one thing to consider too is like Sean had been competing for like a decade at that point at the highest level. So like the muscle had been there in the past, right? So if he starts a prep 20 weeks out, skinny fat, eating crap, whatever, and then he gets on drugs again, it's gonna like come back like that, and he's fill back out, put on a bunch of tissue, and then he just eats thin air for 6 weeks and gets peeled. Like most of us can't do that. Maybe later in our careers when we've got like more solid tissue that's just been there forever, you know, we can take like lower dose, longer off seasons, get a little softer, and then put things back in, and it'll all click.
And
Zayd, all this is add in one thing, guys. Waistline is very, very important in my opinion. Like if you ask me, would I rather have a smaller waist and less muscle than wider waist with more density? With how the sport is moving, I would rather have less muscle with a smaller waist. So I'm just saying, even if you're bigger in the number, your waistline determines a lot, and your muscle bellies, the shape of your muscles, especially from the front, like quads, lats, and bicep. I think these are the most important body parts with your waistline.
You're not going to blow your waist.
Make a big impact.
You're not going to
blow. 5'9" guy, you're not going to blow.
Genetics. I'll say this, Zayd. I have gotten up to 295 in the morning. I compete at like 250. That's a 45-pound swing, right? Every single year, my gut is huge in the offseason. I'm force feeding the whole time. And I always get like,
all of us.
Shit, is he going to come
that's
back?
all of us.
Yeah, according to Stu, I have a Mexican tire on my fucking body.
No, yo, that happens to everybody. I'll fucking send you guys check-ins. Look at how my waist look off season. Look how I look now. So it's like it's genetic. Zay's waist, your waist is not going anywhere. You have small hips, you have small waist.
I think maybe when you get older, maybe some of the elasticity in like your abdominal wall and that tissue there goes away, just like it does in your skin. You lose some elasticity there. But so maybe you have to be more careful when you get like into your 30s or something. I am not there yet.
Yeah, but
it hasn't happened to me
but
yet.
I just want to really make this example. Last time we talked about Tim, right? The first time I mentioned him, the first something we had to say about him is, oh, his waist is wide. You kind of dissed all the fucking size that he has, right?
Well,
but it's kind of opposite for someone who's smaller with smaller waist. You'll say, "Oh, he's small," but do you get what I'm saying? It's you kind of like you're never winning when you get huge. Or he has a wide waist.
Yeah, welcome to bodybuilding. You're never winning.
Zay, what you got to keep in mind is it only matters when you're big. If you're men's physique and you have a 28-inch waist, you're not gonna beat Stu. But if you're big and your waist in proportion is small, that's all that matters. So,
like, I taped my waist because somebody was fitting me for posing trunks at the Emerald Cup, and I'm like basically in shape. They taped me around my midsection, like flexing around my belly button. It was like 34 inches. I don't look like I have a 34-inch waist from the front.
No,
but like I've got all these spinal erectors and like everything else is big. So you're right. It all matters about how it all fits together at the end.
Yeah.
But I think Zay's structure, he's not going to lose that.
He's not going to go. He's not going to lose it. Here's the thing: it's not one or the other. It's not like but if you have a small waist, then people don't. Who just does Ken?
He
rage quit.
Oh shit! You got we hit him too hard on this one.
No,
one thing Zay's not realizing is as you get to that weight, you're going to start pushing heavier weight. You're going to get new muscles. It's going to get wider because the lats are going to grow. So even if his waist grows an inch, I mean, it's still gonna be, you know what I mean?
Illusion is
and we're only saying this. Richard was here because this is what I wanted to say. We're only saying this as friends because you can waste 2 years. Like because you have 2 years doesn't mean that you're gonna make all this progress. If you're not doing things properly, you can waste those 2 years. And that's what we're trying to avoid, as friends.
You gotta understand this. If we're all saying this, there's a reason why we're saying it. You know what I'm saying? And then when you've already been that size, these are the people who you have to listen to. You can't give us your opinion on getting there because you're not that size yet. So what you have to do is you have to be the one to listen at that point, right? It's just how it goes. I've never been as shredded as Joe or Stu. So if they're telling me something about conditioning, I'm just gonna listen because I've never been that conditioned. So one of those things, you have to be able to absorb that information without getting defensive or feeling like, well, this is a better way, because you don't know the better way because you haven't done it. So
I think we dogpile a little too much on Zayd, though. If I'm being honest, it's kind of fun. But yeah, we got to cut that out.
I feel bad.
Nah.
Yeah, poor guy.
He got defensive because what Wyatt said, but Wyatt was just making a general joke.
Okay.
Wyatt first said that we're not going to answer questions from somebody under 250, and I was talking about the person that asked the question, and then
Stu, that was Stu.
Today's questions, huh? And I said, well, I guess not, and then I got fucked up.
It was Stu that actually. Stu was actually the one that stirred.
That's the way the cookie crumbled on that one.
It was a joke though. Still, it was a joke though. Still,
I didn't even have to say anything mean to nobody. I just brought two angry pit bulls into a room together, and they started fighting. It wasn't my fault.
we can't talk about Zay because he's not here to defend himself. So we got to go to the next question.
Yeah,
you got to give him a fair fight. He has to be able to.
Well, yeah, let me get my charger real quick.
Podcast is dangerous. Man.
Let's just try to not make Zayd defend himself so much anymore.
Yeah.
Nod and smile.
Yeah.
It's all coming from a good place because I just don't want to keep that mindset. I'm just keeping it lean, and I want me to just get there. And it's not like I have time. It's that you have to hold it. You can't just get to 280 and then cut right back down. Yeah. You have to hold it and get strong at that weight. But
it's a very perfect picture scenario, and that's not how things always go. You can't paint this perfect picture scenario and you think that's where you're going to get to, but it's unrealistic. You got
and I wonder if like Zayd's a super chill guy, right? Oh, Zayd's back.
There we go.
Well, it's like
welcome back, Zayd. We've been talking.
Sorry, my phone died. Yeah, sorry.
No, you good. Different people have different things. Like Nick Walker could be like, you know what? I'm not gonna focus on pushing the scale. I'm gonna focus on keeping my waist tight and stuff like that. That makes sense for Nick. But if you already have a perfect waist, you're not gonna just blow it up from getting heavy. At that point, it's like, okay, Regan always had a perfect waist, but he wasn't placing until he got bigger because you have to have the size. You have to have the size. So even though all those stuff was true, if you don't have the size, you don't even get the look, right? If you step on stage and they're like, "Oh, he's not big enough," they won't even look at your waist or look at your muscle belly. They'll be like, off to the side. So it's like you have to have it all, and you can't have it all because the waist, in my opinion, is gonna be genetic. If your digestion is fucked up and you're throwing up, then you're gonna get bloated. But if your digestion is good and you're pushing, it doesn't matter how big your waist gets in the off season, it's gonna come back down. All of our waists get big as fuck off season, but they come down.
I really watched Paul put on a lot of size in his upper body, and his waist hasn't changed. It looks smaller because his upper body got so much bigger.
Nick Walker too.
It's benefited him to push his weight super high and get pretty heavy because now he has the size up top to mitigate that wider waist, so it's not as bad anymore.
I will say, Nick Walker. My waist doesn't really grow though. I will say though.
Yeah, no, you don't count.
You're not
it don't count
nothing, dude. So,
but like Nick Walker's waist actually looked bigger when he was a light and he was a heavyweight, and we either light heavy or heavyweight because the rest of his body caught up. So even if his waist did get bigger, the rest of his body outdid it, and that's somebody who doesn't have good genetics for a waist. End of the day. If you don't have the size, nothing else matters. You could be on Munster never won because he never won any shows. Okay, he was shredded, cool. He had a good waist, cool. but he wasn't big enough. So you have to be big enough first and foremost, then everything else accents that on top of it, you know.
I wonder, like, with the guys who have blown out their waists over the years, like, what did it take? Was it a drug thing? Was it a food thing? Was it they just got older and things started to like sag? And I mean, it's
all of
got to
the
be a
above.
combination of things, right? Because like
It's so many
I'm
things.
paranoid about it. It's the centerpiece of all of our physiques. So like, you know,
Jay
I don't
Jay
wanna fuck
Cutler
it up.
Jay Cutler swears that his waist grew because of deadlifts and one arm dumbbell rows, right? So his obliques got so developed, right? And then combined that with age, his waist kind of like really extended. So it's a bunch of different things, right?
Yeah,
And then
it looked
let's-
good on him, but it wouldn't on everybody.
because he was so wide, right?
So
But
wide,
also like there is abuse too that could contribute to that.
yeah.
Like when I'm talking abuse, I'm talking like I'm talking past the bodybuilder standard. You know, some people are just not smart, right? But I think it's also age, man. Sometimes with age, your waist also gets a little bit wider. Like there's just
Everybody-
nothing around it. Yeah,
Everybody's waist is going to grow. That's inevitable. It's just that how does it look on the rest of your physique? If the rest of your body is growing faster, your waist looks smaller. And from 30 to 40, your waist will get bigger. But that's okay. That's okay. As long as your physique is still holding its own, you'll be fine either way. You know, my waist was, if I show you a picture right now when I was 22, that shit looked like I looked like an insect. You know, but guess what? That baby isn't winning shit because he's 210. So it's like it's irrelevant.
The rest of you looks like an insect too.
Exactly my point. So it's like, but genetically I have a small waist. So yes, my waist is bigger, but it's still going to be the smallest one in the supers because it's genetically it was just the smallest to begin with. So
and you could always hit a vacuum anyway, right? Like I mean,
Exactly,
I mean, Derek doesn't really have a
that.
small waist, guys. He doesn't really have a small waist. If you hit a vacuum, you'll be all right. You know.
Yeah, like when he gets into the
And you
pose,
telling me to leave Hadi alone? See how you
Leave
pick on Derek?
Leave Hadi alone, bro. Leave Hadi alone. You know,
Yeah.
RX posted something the other day. They were like, what do you think is a hot take for Miss Olympia? And then Zayd went in that comment and he was still bashing Hadi. He was like, Hadi didn't.
Come on, man.
He's like,
I
Derek
said
won
that.
the Olympia. You know, Hadi didn't deserve to win it all. I was like, oh, Zayd.
Now, what I
I
will
didn't say
say,
any of this shit. I just said
What I will
honestly,
say-
Derek is better than Hadi. That's all I said.
what I will say is I do agree with Stu. What Stu said when Zayd was off air is that we do kind of stockpile on Zayd a little too much, like because it's coming from a good place. But I think the way we say it, sometimes too much of us say it at the same time, and maybe we could say it in a better way, But we
Dude,
honestly,
I'm not sensitive in any ways. I'm just telling you guys. Sometimes
Yeah.
seriously, weight on the scale does not define someone's muscularity. I'm
Yeah,
just
that's very
saying,
true.
the fucking.
Very,
I
very
hate to
true.
bring it up, but Sean
true.
fucking Clarita beat guys that are 120 fucking pounds bigger than him. I didn't agree with that, but it did happen.
Okay.
So
Okay,
that
I
kind
have
of
to
shit,
correct- I
have to
if
correct
he
you.
told you
I have to
that guy
correct
is
you, Zayd.
175, you wouldn't.
Zayd,
Yeah.
would
Zayd, I have
joke.
to Zayd, you're comparing height and muscle mass relativity
two different things.
to-
Yeah,
two different things. Sean Clarita, the
the
muscle
biggest
mass
guy.
he has at 5'8" is 270 pounds.
It
There's
is.
no question. He only weighs that light because of how short he is. But that
Exactly.
muscularity on him,
It's
you
different.
Also
stack it
kind
up
of
and you
nailed
I
feel
mean,
it.
him being
Structurally.
240 in the offseason is like somebody being 310.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But you would
You can't say
agree
that.
it would take him longer to fill out his frame.
No,
Correct?
shorter.
Ooh. He's shorter.
No,
so
no.
it's-
Like,
it's
if he
no.
was taller, it would take him
Oh, yeah, yeah.
longer to
Oh,
fill
yeah,
out his. Yeah.
Of course.
Okay.
100%. 100%.
Okay. I'm just
Yeah.
okay. Great. Then we're on the same page.
We get concerned when you say things like that because then we start thinking that you're missing out on the part that you're 5'9", and so you can't compare yourself to like Derek and Hadi who are 5'5", because their 230 on stage would be your 270 on stage. You know what I'm saying?
You're not 6'2" either. So
No,
when
no,
you
no.
see filling out because you're taller, you're not 6'2". That applies to people that are in the 6 foot and up. 5'9", you're still at a relatively decent height to be able to fill up with relative good speed. So Yeah.
Hey guys, I gotta dip out. I gotta call Blue. So
All right,
peace.
Beth, yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
dude.
Love you,
Peace
Zayd.
out.
Later, brother.
Bye
Even if we
bye.
dogpile you sometimes. Love you.
Yeah.
No,
Zay,
don't worry,
we're,
love you
we're
too,
sorry,
man.
bro. We're sorry. We love you, bro.
No,
We're sorry.
that's
Mo-
fine, man. No apologies needed.
You know, most importantly, we love Zay. Sometimes we get concerned when you make those comparisons or like the pace that you're going at. Sometimes we get a little bit concerned. I think we're all confident that you will gain the muscle. We just want to keep you on your toes to make sure that you're not forgetting that 2 years isn't as long as you think. You know, when you factor in the prep time and the ages and stuff like that. So we trying to keep you on your toes.
Yeah, I just want you to know that the real life is kicking in for me. After turning pro, shit has slowed down. Meaning,
Yeah.
I need to also live as a responsible adult.
You're right.
You
100%.
Like
Yeah.
I want to buy a house, brother. That's also
point.
on my list. I
Yeah.
don't want to pay rent forever. So I
Yeah.
always say, okay, I can do both, but at some time you need to give your attention into something else. I'm not saying I'm not into this 100%, but maybe
That's
not
different.
100 miles per hour every fucking year, bro. You
I
know,
agree.
That's
like, I'm
different.
trying to find that pace.
Completely.
I'm trying to find it. To be honest, I can't tell you I have everything figured out, but I'll tell you I'm patient enough to find a way. You know,
Yeah,
that's
facts.
all.
That's completely different. We did have that conversation off of air with Xavier. That's a complete different topic. And with that being said, that's completely true. You don't want to be putting all your eggs into bodybuilding when you're dealing with real life as well. Because if I'm being honest, from the conversation we had, that has to come first. Me personally, that comes first. At no point that doesn't come first in my head. Don't mean you can't do both. Like you are doing both. You know, you're not stopping anything, but that has to come first for sure. So,
I mean, I prioritized getting a pro card for the last 10 years, bro. I could have bought a house definitely 5 years ago, but I spent a shit ton of money chasing my pro card. And then I got it. Now I have to be a little fair. That's all. You know?
Man, this money. I was talking about this before we got into the podcast, but the amount of money we spend on the sport, man, yikes!
It's insane. Insane.
It's kind of sometimes it makes me angry if I think about it too much. Like
if you think about it too much, like literally, like normal people will eat like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for breakfast, lunch, and dinner or something. Not even think about it. We're only like have one meal a day. When we're having 7, 8 meals a day, that shit adds up. Even though we're cooking all our shit normally, like somebody can go out and spend go eat or something to spend a little bit more money. But like literally, how much money we spend on food,
bro.
And of course,
especially the end of prep when you're buying all of the fish and all
the fucking gear, the GH, bro.
Fuck.
There's been times off season I'll be like heavy as fuck, be sitting here maybe smoking a joint, eating, and I'm sitting there like, yo, what the fuck am I doing?
What am I doing? Yes.
I'm like, I'm breathing fucking. I'm like, well, I can't fucking breathe. I'm hit. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing, bro? But then, of course, you wake up the next day and like, fuck it, oatmeal and fucking eggs, But that shit is. If you really think about it, sometimes you don't even want to think about it.
You can't think about it, or it just pisses you off.
Yeah, shit's crazy.
And honestly, we're in too deep, and I'm like, there ain't no going back now, motherfucker. You're too
That's
deep.
the problem. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the.
You can't just stop at this point. You know what I mean? You're so far gone. We're so far gone at this point that like you have to see it through, man. You have to see it to the end.
And honestly, this is one promise I did tell myself.
On this podcast is like at a point where literally we're this close to the next step. And when you're always this close to the next step, like
it never stops. It never stops.
This close to getting his pro card. Joe is this close to fucking showing people what he's really about in the pro leagues. Like, what I'm saying? Like, and Zay's at a different point where he's like, I'm trying to get to that point. And like, Ken's in the same spot. Me and Ken are kind of in the same spot. We're literally one all season away from fucking showing people that what we're about.
Yeah.
So
it never stops.
It's a driving factor for you to keep going because you, like you said, it's that close. Like, how could you live with yourself the rest of your life being that close in your head? Even though there's another part after, it's like, but I never even got to see the outcome of this one. So
you ever want to tell somebody that has zero fucking chance, that is putting so much into it, it's like, dude, just stop. Like,
It's
you need to
hard.
read
It's hard.
yourself in your head.
If I wasn't in the position I am right now, like if my trajectory, even though it's been kind of quick, if I wasn't sitting where I am, I would have walked away. Fuck that shit. There's a lot of time, money, like
Yeah,
It's just real
relationships,
life.
like so much shit.
Bro.
And
I told you guys.
it's got to be worth it. And I told Paul it took me a long time to decide if I wanted this life because I already knew what came with it. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
if my trajectory like this, then I'll keep going. But if I'm like
Yeah.
this for years on end, get the fuck out of here. I'll go be a
Exactly.
fucking lawyer.
I already told you guys. I told myself I'm only doing nationals 3 times. If I cannot make it at the 3rd time, I'm out. Like, why am I spending all this money doing this? You know what I mean? So you got to give yourself those ultimatums at certain phases.
100%.
Same thing with the pro ranks. You know, if I get into the pro ranks, God forbid, but I'm placing second call outs for 3 years straight, I'm done, guys. Why would I keep going? You know,
For
like, I'm
what,
done.
bro?
Yeah.
It's just that you can't do that, bro. Now, like if you're, because there's also people who have a full-time job making a ton of money and compete and get second call out as a pro, and I'm like, well, it has nothing to do. You still bought the house, you still married, you still have kids. So I'm like, at that point, I don't care. Fucking go get second call out. But if it's one of those positions where you're investing so much into it and it's really taken away, you're gonna have to call it quits, man. You're gonna have to call it quits. The unfortunate part is people with the best genetics sometimes don't give a fuck, you know. But I'm also like my training partner. But I'm learning. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Don't be a bodybuilder. I was like, why does he need bodybuilding? He's just gonna have the best physique. You're gonna be a natural guy at the gym who's gonna look better than all the guys on gear. Fuck it. You're making money. He's in law. I'm like, you know what? Maybe you just fucking stay in law. Fuck bodybuilding. Who cares? Like, at the end of the day, who cares? You're getting the money anyways. You still have the physique. You don't even have to take steroids. Shit. You know, maybe you're the real fucking winner. Maybe you're the fucking winner here. So I'm like, why am I keep trying to convince him? Is that because we're looking at it from our eye? Like, if I had that physique, oh my God, I'll be at the Olympia by now. But it's like, that's not what you care about. So who cares? I can't care. So you don't care, I don't care. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
This is not the kind of life you can force someone into. They have to.
There's no way.
I don't ever try to talk anybody into it.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Yeah. Well, he's like half prepping for the cow, and low key, he would still win the novice. He could probably win his weight division. Literally bullshit. He was in Tokyo, fucking for 2 weeks, like 2 weeks ago, like 4 weeks out, just eating whatever he wanted.
You know what it is with people like that too? Now he's doing all this, his bullshitting. Now he goes to that first show and then he loses to someone who put everything into it and he could have been better than that person.
For sure could have been better.
You have yourself a bodybuilder there. He would never. That is the turning point. You know, there's some people like that. They don't care. They think they have the physique. They look good. You know, he's comparing himself to people with zoo culture and he doesn't know the actual landscape of how massive this thing is. And he goes to that show and maybe he doesn't win because someone comes in like a Vincenzo, right? That just fucking shows up. And then he realizes like, wow, you know, like there's levels to this shit. And then that's it.
That's what I'm banking on. The worst case scenario, the worst thing that could happen is if he wins. That's the worst thing that could happen because now, I can go to Tokyo for 4 weeks out and diet for 4 weeks and win the show. I don't want him to. So it sounds fucked up as a friend. I don't want him to win that shit because I'm like, motherfucker, I'll be mad if he win that shit. So he just needs to understand the landscape, and then from there, I'll kind of see what he wants to do. But it's kind of fun to watch to see somebody just effortlessly just do it without a care in the world. Oh, okay, cool. I'll just try this pose. And I'm like, your back looks better than mine. What the fuck? But almost I don't want to say it because you don't want their head to get big. I'm like, oh shit, this motherfucker got a better back double than me. Okay, let me just not say shit. It is what it is. Some people got it like that, man. All right. But the other day he was like, yo, what do I do if I'm craving a burger? I said, you don't eat the burger. That's what the fuck you do. What the fuck you eat? What the fuck? You eat the chicken breast anyway. Like, what do we tell you? Like, God, like I don't know. But yeah, like he doesn't get the sport, which is fine. All right, let's do one more question. Holy fuck! It's about to be 3 hours.
Sure.
Bodybuilding. Do a lot of people have eating disorders in bodybuilding? Some people say we all. Some people say we all do.
It builds it. Yeah.
I think once you start looking at food outside of just being food,
Yep.
Yeah.
you already have an issue. So like when you look at a plate, bro, and you're like, oh shit, how much protein's in this? Or fuck, is this like too much for one meal? And you start portioning shit out in your head, like you're already fucked. You'll never look at food the same once you're in bodybuilding, ever.
Yeah, that's one of those things.
Everything he said, perfect.
Well, look at
Nothing more,
Ian.
nothing
Ian
less.
tried to do that shit where he was like, "Oh, I'm not going to track anything or that." Now look at the motherfucker tracking every single thing again. Like, on a milk.
Bro, every top level retired bodybuilder, other than fucking Sean Ray, I think always carries that with them.
Yep.
Like, I watched Grant Warren the other day, so I have this meal typically every day. It's going to be about this much protein, this much carbohydrate, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it doesn't go away. It never will.
I don't think it's really a bad thing because, I mean, you're going to probably, like, live better probably, but it's still a, mental deal. It's not good. Like, yesterday I had legs, and I was like, oh, I'm going to have a cheat meal after this. And I'm like, do I really need to have a cheat meal? Do I really want a cheat meal? I'm like, nah, I won't have a cheat meal. Then I'm like, you know what? I want a cheat meal. Then I'm like, you know what? Nah, I won't have it. Like it's a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
Did you have the cheat meal right or no?
You did it.
All right. Last question for sure.
Hey, bro, but if you have like 5 or 6 pounds and your coach wants to pull you back, just go get a cheat meal, dog.
Fuck
it.
Which bodybuilder, current or active or past, has the coolest bodybuilder walk?
Excellent.
Wasn't it Jay?
I don't think. Have you seen Dexter's walk? Dexter.
Oh yeah.
Dexter got that walk.
Yeah, you're right, Dexter.
But you know who I seen too? I noticed Brandon Curry. You see him with the suit at the Olympia. He got that walk about him. Fuck yeah.
Oh
yeah. Brandon got that walk.
He does.
Who did I see the other day?
I thought you meant like stage walk because I thought Phil Heath.
Oh no. Stage walk, Phil landslide. Phil going like this. He got the arms going. He's doing all that. Yeah, Phil.
Yes.
Yeah.
He has that robotic leg when he walks.
That's what I thought you were talking about.
Oh yeah, but we gotta separate stage walk. I think nobody's close to Phil. Phil has, from his face to the way he's looking at the crowd and the way he's flexing and what. Nah, you're not being that. You're not being that.
Yeah.
If we're talking about like just chilling, walking, Dexter, I gotta have
Dexter, bro.
Dexter.
Bro, Dexter has so much swag, bro.
Bro, it's like he got nowhere to be. He's just chilling. He's just walking, bro. He's taking his time.
You feel like I feel like Dexter never stressed. He just never looked like he was ever stressed about anything.
I don't think so. I don't
think so.
It looked like I know hard is perspective, but he looked like he was chilling. I don't think bodybuilding was hard for him. You know,
I'm not even talking about that. Like, you ever notice, like, you just see people that just look like they never stress?
Yeah, he don't look stressed at all to me. He don't look stressed at all.
It's just like,
relax.
We used to talk about sneakers at the gym. That's what we talk about in prep. We talk about sneakers. Yeah, you heard about the new Jordans, because he was a really big sneakerhead at the time.
Yeah.
You know about it. You know,
and also like Dexter was a career bodybuilder. You know, he was doing it since he was like, I don't fucking know, late 20s all the way to 50. Like at a certain point, it's just like a day of just going to work. You know what I mean?
Routine.
It's just another day. Like,
yeah.
The prep is hard. Every prep is fucking hard. It's just another day.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
When you know how like Nick sometimes checks up on you, like how you feeling and shit like that. Yeah. So like when I'd be like, I feel like it's stupid. I'll be like, how's prep going? I'm like, that's a dumb question because Nick every day is prep. He's like, I feel good. Like, what? Like he's not gonna be like, oh, I feel like shit. Like every day is prep for Nick. I don't think there's a difference for him. It's just that's what he does. He's a fucking bodybuilder. There's no difference, you know. I don't even know.
Like the preps don't really get easier. You just kind of get used to it. Like, oh, this is it. Like, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Don't make it a thing. That's what I'm trying to do. You guys ever watch Regan Grimes prep? I'm like, you couldn't tell he's in prep. It's not a thing. He's just fucking They just Regan, the same Regan, just okay, laughing, and I'm like, you know what? That I want to be like that. He couldn't. He still goes out. He just fucking brings his food. Like he doesn't. You know what I'm saying? There's people who go as far as I wouldn't do this. Some people literally travel, go to different country and have the meals. I can't trust the fucking meals in different country personally.
You know who another person I was surprised because he seems exactly like that is Tonio. You wouldn't even believe this guy's 3 weeks out. Like you wouldn't even believe he's 3 weeks out. You know, he's laughing, he's
That's
smiling,
true.
he's talking all the time. It's like this and he competed in Brazil, by the way. Like this is not his
Oh,
first.
you're right.
It's like it's crazy, right? It's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive.
But on
Bro,
the podcast, he was talking about what he's able to eat and shit. Like,
Good point. Good point. That's good. Yeah, he seemed like he had more energy than us on the podcast, and he was the one in prep.
Then if you look at it like that, you got him and Dexter, two of the same type of body types. Bro, probably dieting is probably nothing. They probably never get fucking hungry, like, or nothing.
Yeah.
Like Dexter's hardest thing was putting down the food, so when he got scarce, it was probably better for him.
Yeah.
How much cardio did Tonio say? He did more than he was asked to do. I don't think Tonio actually has to do cardio to get in shape. I think he just wanted to do it. I got to be honest with you. I think he just wanted, because he said he was doing more.
Everything, bro. If you want to do more, that means you're fucking amazing. You just feel great.
You feel great, yeah. You got no
bro, you tell me to add 5.
No, if I want to do more, it's because I want to be fucking shredded. Like, I overdo it, honestly.
Yeah, see, I usually in the past I overdid it, but it didn't really help me. I gotta be honest. It didn't help me.
Justin, the way Tonio said it is different. He said, I'm just in the mood. It's not like I need to do this cardio because I want to be better. You're just like, I'm feeling it today. So
I'm already here.
Yeah, like that's different. When you're suffering, you don't want to be on that Stairmaster, bro. Like you just want to get off of it,
That's why, I'm suffering. You tell me 5 more minutes. I'm like, are you fucking serious?
It makes a difference. Yeah, we had Quint on a week before Tonio, and you see the way Quint looked, it was completely different. Quint was just done, Tonio was he seemed in a great mood. He was ready to go.
He's like, yeah, we keep going. Yeah, another question.
For real.
But I gotta be honest, that must be nice though. I fucking wish that it felt like that in prep.
I mean, look at his face. His face doesn't look like a diet face.
No, Tony doesn't get diet face.
I look like shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see it from a distance.
Yeah, man. What the fuck?
Tonio don't get diet face, does he? I don't think his face is round.
He doesn't get that.
Yeah.
Ken, do you get diet face? Your face, you got a round face too.
Nah, I get diet face, dude.
Oh, you get diet face.
Pictures prior, I was sunken in. I look like I was about to die.
Paul had a permanent diet face. Paul's diet face also.
Fucking cheekbones.
Yeah, Paul's face is pretty sunken in. We were hitting legs the other day, and I'm like, fuck. I look at Paul, his eyes are just like,
I gotta head out. Oh, what? Oh, I thought it was Sunday. Oh, what the fuck? I had a brain fart. I thought it was Wednesday for some reason. How about that? I got to train a client. What the fuck?
Definitely going hypo.
Yeah, definitely going hypo. But yeah, let me go get my meal in. All right, gentlemen. Thanks for coming on. But stay on. I want to ask Justin Wyatt something. All right, people. All right. Peace out.
Peace, guys.
Peace out.